okay over there, bud? Mm-hmm. Pop can Pope.
My buddy just said something real funny, so I laughed.
Oh, cool. That's
Good
cute.
morning, people. Welcome back to Fresh, Slick, and Mick. We are here with the thickest Pope you ever saw in your life. Mitchie Slick himself, the sourest man in the world. And I'm Jay Fresh. How y'all fucking doing today?
Am I getting fat?
No, just thick, baby.
thick in the pants, babe.
Yeah, those thighs.
Oh, okay. So, yes, I am getting fat.
You can have whatever you want, man.
I don't want to be fat.
How y'all hoes doing?
What?
I called you a hoe.
I'm doing okay for a hoe.
Okay.
I'm just tired. Like, man, I'm just, like, always tired.
You work a shit job, Doug.
Yep, my life's shit.
Now, by
Didn't mean
chance,
that.
by chance, do you feel underpaid?
Is that a serious question?
Yeah.
You know what I'm going to say.
Terminally.
Yes. I've always felt underpaid.
Me too.
I'm not a millionaire. So, there's that.
I push a mop. I really deserve a lot more money for this.
Like $1 million bucks.
An hour.
An hour.
An hour.
No, I do, though. Like, I do feel underpaid. I think everyone's underpaid there where I work.
Probably everyone's underpaid in most places.
Yeah, 100%.
Hey, you know how you know that? Topic.
Oh, what is it, Fresh? Tell us.
The topic today is we're discussing income inequality, wealth gap, wage gap, that sort of thing.
Oh, shit.
And how the money doesn't seem to get to the people who need it a lot of the time. So, if you feel like everyone's underpaid, that's technically true because as time progresses, especially in the last 30 years, especially in the last 50, more of the money goes to the top earners. So yeah, everybody else is not making enough, like by definition, You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of definitions.
Ooh! We got
man.
the Pope.
Our
He's the
transitions
definition master.
today are just on fucking point.
We're on
right
point.
there.
We're on
Look at
point.
that.
What's
So-
up, baby?
Right off the bat, we have infoplease.com.
Infoplease.com.
This is a big one, and I kind of liked it, but then we'll move on. So, the wage gap is a statistical indicator often used as an index of the status of women's earnings relative to men's. I know. It is also used to compare the earnings of other races and ethnicities to those of white males, a group generally not subject to race or sex-based discrimination. The wage gap is expressed as a percentage and is calculated by dividing the median annual earnings for women by the median annual earnings for men. Whew.
Wow.
And again, all I was trying to
Can
find...
you read that again?
Please don't.
All I was trying to find was just a wage gap definition. And I believe I had to go like 3 pages in to Google before I was no longer looking at gender pay gap.
Right.
Hot topic.
Yeah.
Because you typed in wage gap, not income inequality.
That's probably should have went. Urban Dictionary was completely useless.
Yes.
All right.
But they're always my favorite.
Did you
What
get
does it say?
anything?
What does it say?
Oh, I know. I didn't write any down.
Oh,
No,
wow.
honestly,
I'm
it
finna
was.
look this up right
I
now.
I wrote this down. Not worth repeating, as it was all misogynistic ramblings. 100%. Honestly, I was just blown away by how every single one seemed to be just awful. I think we're gonna switch it up and let.
I think we're gonna see.
Let Fresh give a definition for once.
I'm going to read this.
Okay, well, if you want to have one more before you get into the hate ones.
Go ahead.
All right.
This one's short, and I like it. The difference in rates of pay between two different groups of people.
Right.
Huh.
Fair enough. Makes sense. Kind of what we're talking about.
And that's by the Financial Times lexicon.
Oh, my God.
Right?
Oh, my God. The top definition. Wage gap. A mythical creature for which no known scientific evidence actually exists, yet which millions of allegedly intelligent people believe in, sort of like Jesus or the democratic process.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jane Doe says, "Did you hear about the wage gap?" John Doe says, "Did you hear about that chick who believes everything she hears without doing any actual research on the issue herself?"
Jesus.
I didn't. Man, somebody is fucking mad about this.
Look at the
shit.
rest of them.
Wage gap, something that doesn't exist.
Oh, wow.
Wage gap, arrow 404. Your search does not exist. Misandristic garbage that doesn't exist and theoretically shit. Okay, so this is not even what we're talking about. We're not actually here for gender wage gap, but it
everybody
does
else.
exist, and you can tell that in a few areas. So people say women have historically lower earning jobs, right? Which in some places is definitely true. So that does support the argument that the gender wage gap does not exist, except when you have industries that have been previously male dominated and then they move towards women. Teachers is a really easy one because you can watch that.
Yeah.
And nursing as well. You can see like adjusted for inflation, the wage actually goes down.
Dang.
Yeah.
Really, eh?
Yeah, there were more in the article I read,
Yeah.
more industries that had
And
done
that's
that.
looking at it as a whole, not a per annum base thing. It is looking at it per annum, but it's not looking at it. Fuck me, I can't even focus right now. I'm sorry. Can you explain?
What are you asking me, sir?
How they looked at
The amount of fucking money people make.
Okay,
Mickey.
I know. I'm sorry. It's been a day and a half.
His penis
Are you
is too
alright?
large. All the blood
honestly,
resides there.
it's been a crazy fucking day. Anyways,
So that out of the way, carry on.
yeah, let's go back on the rails there.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh, I was expecting you to put it back on the rails.
Oh, no.
No, he took it way far off.
We need to build.
it off the rails.
We need to build a new rail system now.
Don't hire women.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god. What?
Well, why wouldn't we? Because it'd be cheaper.
Yeah.
There you go. No, anyway,
Oh, this is so bad.
No.
What are you guys saying?
Remember when we said we were trying to avoid this?
Yeah.
Anyways, we love women and we want everyone to be paid equally. So we have quite a bit of things we want to kind of go over, and we really got to do our best to not make it like early Fresh Like a Mick, where it's nothing but nonsense jargon of us bitching about something.
Except for me.
I mean, that's gonna happen because I'm already mad. Like as soon as I started looking at this stuff, I
Oh,
got
yeah,
mad
it's like-
because there are certain people who really want to tell you that there's no such thing as wage gap, income inequality, wealth gap, whatever you want to fucking call it. There's no. And any amount of money difference between CEOs and their workers can easily be explained by the difference in those levels of seniority or lifestyle, whatever.
Right.
Or everything can be explained away. That's what these people want you to believe.
Yes.
But they fucking can't.
No, it's stupid.
And yeah, that's what we wanted.
I'm already
Okay,
starting to
it's
bitch.
stupid. The wage gap is stupid. Have a good night, everybody.
If you consider the fact that CEOs don't make wages, first of all.
Okay.
Yes.
So right off the hop, there's a difference. All right, let's simplify it by breaking it down. Say CEOs did make wages. There's no way to explain by that contribution the disparity, like the disparity between top earners
Right,
and
right.
bottom earners, because it just doesn't equal out. And it's the same people who are against raising the minimum wage. Those people don't really understand minimum wage. They don't know
No.
what it's like to live on that. I worked a job where I made 50 cents more than minimum wage, and there are lots of people who will tell you I hadn't put my time in to be worth more than that, but I had 7 years in that, and I was management and had been for almost that entire time, and I was making 50 cents more than minimum
Wow.
wage. Fuck you.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh, that just makes. Oh yeah.
So I just did a quick calculation just for one of the totals somebody
Great.
makes in a year. They would have to be making $13,000 an hour.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's
they
just,
said,
and that
like-
was just a quick one.
Dude, they said I read where it's like the top 200 or 200 CEOs in Canada make like more than their median worker by 11 a.m. in the morning
Oh my
all
God.
year
Yeah.
Oh, in one day.
in one day. By
Oh,
11 in the morning
fuck
in
me.
one day, they make more than their median worker in one
In a
year.
year.
Their
Yeah, it's fucked.
yearly salary.
That's jacked.
That is
Yeah.
fucking crazy.
That hurts my soul. There's no need for that.
No, there's not. It's just
Well,
I don't even understand it.
Maybe we'll find out today why they make that much money. We're not going to.
No, like I don't really understand it, to be honest.
Because
but-
cunts rule cunts rule earning in all markets. Cream.
wow, cream.
Wu-Tang told you.
Yep.
Sorry, we're a little bit out of Mickey's
You don't even know
element on that one.
who the Wu-Tang Clan
I've
is. do you?
heard of it.
Can
I've
you
seen the
name
shirt.
two
I've heard
of
of
the
it.
Wu-Tang Clan, Mickey?
No.
Can you name one of the Wu-Tang Clan?
Is it Wu-Tang Clan Man Alpha?
Get out of my
Where
fucking
the
house.
fuck did that even come from?
I have no
Seriously?
idea. Seriously?
You don't know one member of the fucking Wu-Tang?
No.
Method.
Nope.
Nothing jumped in your mind.
The
eh?
RZA, the Jizza, old dirty bastard, Inspector Nothing. You
Nothing,
got
eh?
none.
Nothing.
Just fucking cobwebs.
Not even cobwebs, just like a blank screen, or like that screen where like it's all fuzzy, like the tape's
All right,
over.
anyway, fuck
Yeah.
that. Yeah, so it's pretty like it's an unsettling topic. Actually, when I speak to people about it, sometimes it just shuts them down. Like they don't even want to talk about it; they just like ignore it.
Well, it's hard. Like
It is hard because it's very complex, and there's a lot of people whose intuitions say to them, well, people who work harder and have higher seniority in a tougher job should make more money. And here's the thing. I don't think there's a single person with their head screwed on right who disputes that. I don't have a problem with a CEO making more money. Of course they fucking should.
Yeah.
Their ass is on the line for a ton of stuff.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. But it's the amount, the gap, the percentage between, right?
It's the amount, and then it also doesn't bear out like in the Great Recession when the bankers took home record bonuses on years that half their companies lost their job and the public took the financial fall. It's like, what the fuck?
Well,
how did this happen?
And when we get more into that, I have so much against them, like, oh, they have all this responsibility, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But legally speaking, it makes me mad because they do have responsibilities, but at the same time, they are protected.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
How so?
So think honestly, you can almost think of a CEO like a weather person. They can get it all fucking wrong. It doesn't matter. You can't go after them directly
Because it's a company that eats it all?
A corporation is its own legal
entity.
entity.
Right? Yeah.
Right.
Unless a member of the company, the CEO, CFO, all the way down, has done something deliberately illegal. Unless they do that, you really can't go after them directly.
Yeah.
So
like
all this
that guy personally would have to shoot somebody.
just about, yeah.
Damn.
And even then, though, piercing the corporate
The
veil.
company shot that guy.
If he's got a name tag on?
Yeah, but even piercing the corporate veil is really hard. It's a very arduous process,
Wow.
which is really stacked against you in funds.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, but we'll get more into that.
Yeah.
Because they just bog you down in litigation?
Essentially, yeah.
So you can't do anything?
Yeah, because again, I don't know how much it works on the state side, but here there are time limits and there are laws in place that if you do postpone and they find out you're doing it vexatiously, you can get in a lot of fucking trouble.
Yeah.
And these days, it's not that hard.
Right. Oh well.
I had to go to court
that's
with
a
a
bit of a
corporation,
statement,
and
but-
it was.
Did you
yeah.
actually?
Really?
It was, and I probably got one of the most fortuitous outcomes you possibly could have
Okay,
received.
story time. Holy shit.
Well, when I lived in Sandwich, I lived in a boardwalk apartment building.
Right.
Okay, so I had Molly.
This is all
then.
new to me. I didn't even know he lived in Sandwich ever.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, see, I'm old, guys.
Yeah. Holy shit.
You're older than me.
Sorry.
Oh, I'm old too.
Yeah, but I've been out of my house since I was a child.
Fair enough.
And you still sleep in a twin bed.
Oh yeah, it's true. He does.
It's comfy.
Oh my goodness.
Any hoodle. So I was living in Sandwich with my girlfriend at the time, and we got kicked out of our apartment because of Molly, because she was howling all day. And
Right.
I mean, I couldn't. What do? I tried
Yeah.
everything I possibly could, with short of just staying home, you know. So they give us an eviction notice. So we're freaking the fuck out because we're young and we didn't have any money, and we were breaking ourselves for this one bedroom anyway. Right.
Right.
I was going to school and working full time, which that right there, I was working full time, and I could barely afford half of a one bedroom.
Yeah. Not to mention you're going to school.
That's how bad income inequality is. So anyway, we get kicked out. We freak out. We found my old place over here on Parent.
Right.
We found that on the day I was moving out. We did not have
Oh
a
my
place to
God.
go. We had everything packed up. VIP showed up. Some other buddies showed up. And we were standing out front of the apartment building I had been kicked out of. Like, well, guess we wait for a phone call now. And luckily, thank the fucking Pope, somebody called and said, yeah, you guys can have this place.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was fucked. It was
That's
fucked.
fucking
Damn.
crazy.
So, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 months later, I'm at work one day, my management job where I was making no money.
Right.
And some fucking stranger walks up to me and he goes, is this your name? I was like, yeah. Hands me a fucking subpoena. I'm like, whoa!
What?
I just got served, literally. Goddamn.
Depends on who's asking.
Yeah. If I should. Now I know.
Yeah.
Now that would be what I would say if anyone ever said that. Who's asking?
Yeah.
Anyway. So it was for the balance of the term and for a cancellation of the contract. And I was like, you fucking evicted us.
Yeah.
And I was in disbelief. So my mom tries going to bat for me. My grandma tries going to bat for me. The problem is neither of them are legal specialists, and they don't know property stuff for shit anyway, right? So it's all kind of useless. And so here, now I've broken up with this girlfriend by the time it gets to court. So I haven't even seen her in forever. So I walk in, and I remember she was like, "Are you dressing up for this?" I was like, "No." And I show up in my nicest suit, which was one suit, but it was a suit.
Right.
And she's like, "I like jeans and a jean jacket on." She's like, "You said you weren't fucking dressing up." You know, I had a style on her.
Oh, of course.
So in we go. We have no money because now I'm saddled with the house payment that we had both taken on together. So I got pennies. I was eating ramen noodles for a year. And
Sounds good.
And it was all right. We go into this fucking thing, and they have corporate lawyers, and we have a student defender from the U.
Oh,
Wow.
It was terrible. We were getting beat up, and we didn't even know it.
yeah. It can happen quick.
So I just kept, and I was basically doing what I'm doing right now. They evicted us. Like, what are you supposed to do, right? And fucked me up because we had gotten along with our super so well, and he didn't even like knock on the door like, "Yo, man, I'm gonna have to kick you out if this keeps up." I would have understood,
Sure.
whatever. But anyway, ugly situation, and it comes to the judge, whatever the fuck you call him.
Were you guys in small claims court?
Yeah,
or
it was a deputy judge.
Deputy judge, yeah.
Yeah, what I don't know.
Sometimes you get judge, deputy judge.
So they have the corporate lawyers get out of the room, and he just starts rubbing his temples. He's like, "You guys don't have any money, do you?" I'm like, "No, they evicted us like a fucking broken record." He's like, "Okay."
Do you remember what his name was?
No, God, no.
Okay.
I don't even know if I ever got his name. Anyway, we take 5, come back with everybody convened in the room. The student lawyer's like shuffling her papers, freaking the fuck out. She doesn't know what's going on. And eventually there was some minimum they wanted out of us, which was like $1,000. But that down from like 7 or 8.
And they hired these guys and spent what? 20 grand
It's
for
just-
$1,000?
it's purely
Like,
petty.
God almighty.
And that's what I said to him, like on the phone when I had been talking to their legal division, because I'm a bulldog, so I'm like, "You ain't getting shit from me." I know what the fuck's going on. But I mean, you're right, Mickey. They probably paid a lot more to get that 1,000 out of me and my ex.
insane.
Wow.
Yeah. But I mean,
What did the judge say though? I'm curious. Like, what was his? Like,
he just said, "These are kids. They're trying to pay their way through school. They don't have any money to give you."
Yeah.
really. What did they say? Like the corporate people.
The one girl starts, it's like a stereotype. It's like the shitty movie villains you expect, right? She starts like looking through. She's like, "Well, we can talk about wage garnishment and whatever." And the judge laughs, and he's like, "No." He's like, $1,000, to the plaintiff. I don't even know if that's what he said, but.
Right.
And he's like, due by such and such date. So what ended up happening was my ex's mom paid it all up front, and then we just paid her back.
Sure.
And that was it.
Boom.
Yeah,
Wow. What
yeah.
a bunch of fucking dickbags.
But what a bunch of fucking losers.
Wow. Like seriously, you got nothing fucking better to do? Like in your life?
I am really curious
That's
what
fucked
it
up.
cost to pay for those lawyers.
corporate lawyers?
They
That
sent
loss.
2 corporate lawyers after us
Oh, that's big
to get
bucks.
$1,000.
That's so fucking stupid.
Yeah. No,
What a bunch of fucking assholes.
Yeah. I think the judge is most mad that we were wasting his time.
well, you're wasting taxpayers' money.
Over some bullshit. Some petty ass bullshit. $1,000?
Oh, yeah.
Because they evicted you?
Well, I mean, what's that cost, Mickey? What does that cost to get 2 corporate lawyers up to snuff on a case? And they're probably boardwalk lawyers anyway.
Some of these guys they'll charge $500 an hour.
So let's estimate that on the lowest end possible. How's your Java, bud?
If I'm fine, thanks.
You good?
So if it's a essentially a landlord-tenant dispute, which is crazy with a fucking small claims court for it. Well, I guess not. But anyways, probably the two of them spent maybe 2 hours each on research and then filing fees. Like, they probably...
Plus their time in court, right?
And then their time.
So, like, probably altogether, like, maybe
10.
5 to 10 grand.
Yeah, that's what I was going
to get a maximum. If
Yeah.
they had gotten every dollar they wanted, they got $8 or $8,000.
$8,000 from two like university kids.
Yeah.
Aren't
Good
you
fucking
cool?
job.
Aren't you
Go
cool?
fuck yourself.
Yeah.
It's...
Oh wow.
They wonder why people hate suits.
Well, and that's a big thing,
Yeah.
too, like, in the legal world is... a big example is the landlord-tenant stuff. Is these landlords, they have money, they bring in their paralegals and their lawyers who've been doing it for 10 to 20 years, and then these poor saps who are unrepresented, who don't understand how the legal system works, who are just scared out of their fucking mind that they're gonna be out of house and home. They're broke. And then
Yeah.
these guys have the fucking audacity to go, I'm gonna come after you for blah 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 blah, and it's like, it's disgusting, and it's sad.
Yeah, it's fucking.
But these guys, these corporate guys, they got all this fucking money, so it doesn't mean anything to them. It's almost like they are being petty and
Yeah.
vexatious.
Oh yeah.
But
They must have some like mental issues.
But you know what though? If I was that lawyer, I probably would have claimed, like, Your Honor, like these people honestly don't have a lot of money. These guys are bullying. Like, I try to find on some level they are bullying. They are being vexatious. Like, this didn't need to happen.
Is that a legal charge, bullying?
Should be.
To a degree, it's vexatious.
Oh, shit.
So doing something just for the sake of making it uncomfortable for them or putting them out of it.
Right.
And again, like, if they wanted $8,000, okay, but still. Anyways, here's a quick little funny thing, short little story. My boss arrived at work in a brand new Lamborghini. I said, "Well, it's a nice car." He replied, "If you work hard, put all your hours in, and strive for excellence, I'll get another one next year."
Oh yeah. Ain't that the shit
No
though?
fucking kidding.
Oh fuck! You ever drive by those like those tool and mold shops, and like everyone's
Oh,
got like
yeah.
a Dodge Ram, like a 2008 Dodge Ram, and like some guy's got like one guy's got a Jeep, and then you just see like the fucking like a Lambo,
The Lamborghini,
in the front,
the
or like
Audi.
The fucking, oh yeah, like
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You're just like,
there's a
"Oh,
jewelry
is it?"
store up the street from me, and there's always a fucking like brand new something there. I'm going, what are you doing? Like,
it's hilarious.
like it's disgusting.
I don't know. And there's an inbuilt reaction I think all cishet white males have, which is, hey, I might be successful one day.
Yeah.
So I don't want this type of thing not available, but at the same time, I don't think I'd care if it wasn't. If Lambos didn't exist, I wouldn't really give a fuck.
Well, yeah, okay.
And that person had to, like going back basically in the 50s and 60s in the States, they had like very rich tax rates were like over 70%.
That's what they paid in.
Yeah.
The rich
Okay.
paid 7.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
That makes sense.
And
Does
they're
that
all
not make
still
fucking-
rich,
Does that
Well,
not make sense?
And
I mean,
that's
I
it,
don't know.
right? It's and especially when you've broken that threshold of the millions, like, fuck off. You know what I mean? Like, and that's a big thing. Like you brought up earlier, the minimum wage increase. I was a little against it just because it's more money that they can tax us on a percentage base. My issue has always been
Interesting.
My issue has always been reevaluate the GDP and figure out the real cost of goods, and then we can see if our minimum wage is appropriate or not. If it's too high, then adjust. If it's too low, then adjust. But to go, here's more money, as far as I'm concerned, when it happened with our last premier, that was a political move. Hey, my term's coming up. Here's money. People don't, and again, I had nothing against people, but they don't look at the big picture. They just go, more money, that's a good thing. Not necessarily. If you're doing, $11.50, what was it, $11.25 an hour, 40 hours a week, you're on the low end of the tax bracket.
Right.
But when you bump up to, let's say it went all the way up to 15, you're in a new tax bracket. Possibly, I think. I'd have to double check that. And then you could be possibly making less money because they taxed you on a percentage base.
Yeah.
It's not it's not a dollar value. It's a
fucking
percentage.
crazy. And this all goes back the taxing thing, and not even really understanding it, because like I'm still kind of lost. Like I kind of understand it,
Sure.
but like There is so much fucking like you ever like Google some shit on like taxes and like what you got to do, what you got to pay in.
Oh, yeah.
There is so much shit on that government website. Like you could have a class on it. It's like we
Oh, gee, you
almost
think they
said this
should?
before,
Probably should have a class on it.
huh? It's almost like they don't want us to fucking really get it until
think-
it's too
But so
late.
you have to break that threshold, or it's not
or it's-
worth it.
it's not.
I hope my brother doesn't mind me bringing it up, but he recently received a bit of a wage increase, but he also took on more responsibility. But he fought for a little bit more, so it actually made more sense because there was a point where like, oh, we'll offer you this. I think because of the new tax bracket, he would have made less money.
He would have just burned on it.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Yeah, it's
Like, how is that fair?
it's not.
It is not.
It's not fair, and that's what we're talking about.
So, but maybe we can look at why these CEOs claim they deserve such money, such wealth.
right. Well, I've just seen or heard the same answer
Well,
over and
They
over.
do what they
just
do.
like you said. Work or no, you said it in the joke. Pretty much the joke was like,
Yeah, they
you
off
work
our
hard, put your
backs.
hours in.
but so I just kind of did a quick thing. Like there was so much, but I kind of broadened it just to see what really they do. And as far as I'm concerned, it sounds like they're just a manager, but that doesn't have to eat shit. So
Regarding who though?
the
Like,
CEO.
can we get a little more specific? Because I mean, you're diminishing a lot of people who
No,
might do good
So,
work.
so their duties. I just mean like their duties at their position as the CEO.
All right, go ahead,
so,
bud.
so right at the bat, highest ranking executive in a company, CEO. Obviously.
Right.
Overall responsibility has overall responsibility for creating, planning, implementing, and integrating the strategic direction of an organization. Okay, think of that on a small scale. That's kind of what a manager does to a degree. Like, yeah, you get a little bit from up top saying, "Oh, make sure this is done, make sure this is done," but you have a little bit of like creative flow to go. Oh, make sure this looks good. We'll put this up here, etc.
Right.
So, and apparently they also must be aware of external and internal competitive landscapes. Whatever.
Right.
Again, but again, like you have so many people on your team to help you with this. All you're doing is overseeing it. You know what I mean? So in continuing, right off the bat, overseeing the board of directors. What does that really mean? So they pick new board members through like an interview process.
Right.
Leads board members, liaison between various executive officers. So you're the manager, you have 3 assistant managers, and they're all on different shifts. They go to you, and then you go to them. Okay, cool. Oversees legal and regulator requirements. Again, hey boss, this has to happen. Okay, do it.
Yeah,
Pay me money.
there's something that stinks about that too, because the CEO, again, we're speaking generally, so
Yeah.
some may have some training in this, some history, but CEOs typically they're not fucking lawyers,
No.
you
No,
know.
yeah.
Well, actually,
So to say that they oversee the legal stuff,
It's-
what
they
are they
call
doing?
someone up.
They're
Well-
saying, "Yo,
well, it's like they have experience in it, right? And then they're also they are head of planning, HR management, marketing, and public relations. It's like, okay, cool, but again, does that what do you do? Like somebody writes you a script.
Wait. Hold
And
on.
you go to a PR conference and you say what's on the script. We're looking at ducks right now.
Yeah. What's happening over
there are
there?
2 fucking male ducks assaulting a female
look
duck.
at that. What
What
the
the
hell
fuck
is
is
going
happening?
on?
This is bizarre. This is goddamn bizarre."
Dude, let's go outside.
Oh no! Now the males are fighting.
What is happening? I've never seen this before.
No, but like, is this like what duck sex looks like?
I think so.
This
don't-
is
I think
fucked
this
up.
is duck sex, dude.
Tune in next week for a very special episode of Fresh Like and Mick.
Dude, I'm finna run outside with my camera fucking
Yeah,
rolling
go.
and shit.
IG Live it.
IG Live it.
Whoa, look at that
What
shit.
the fuck is going on?
They flipping. They flipping out.
And they're going. What this is? So
I have never seen this shit before in my life.
what episode was it where we're kind of watching it? Should we intervene?
That's what I mean. I don't know.
I don't know. I've never seen.
Is
Is this
this
cannibalism?
natural?
I don't think they're eating her.
Oh, dude, we gotta go up. I can't see anymore.
I'm just sad. I don't know what I should do.
They're not eating her.
No, I said cannibalism. So no, they're not eating her.
They're like raping. Is this rape? Duck rape?
Is there rape in the animal kingdom?
I'm going to look on this. Are we going to keep rolling?
Well, I guess we'll keep rolling.
Should I pause the recording though?
Yeah, probably pause
Sure.
the record.
All right, we'll be right back after we check
Some
these
weird
ducks out.
shit.
The duck rape is done. So, back to CEOs, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, CEOs.
Okay.
So we
All right,
we were
thank you.
just talking about their duties, and as far as I'm concerned, they're like almost over glorified managers. Not to disparage managers. You guys do hard work. I understand. Human shit eating machines, but from what I gathered, this is how they try to say, because I look over many people, I deserve many monies.
Right.
It just seems to me, like, just looking at it, really looking at it objectively, because I'm not really in that in crowd. It for me, it doesn't really seem to add up. However, you mentioned experience earlier, and on payscale.com, they've found that 50% of CEOs have 20 plus years experience in their fields. That's like 50%.
Yeah.
Like, that's a lot.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I feel.
Cool.
And then same website, they found the smaller CEOs of smaller companies, obviously. Anyways, their national average salary is between 163,000 to 196,000.
Are we saying that's good or that's bad?
Well, it's just interesting that because there's that huge jump from these small business owners, I would say what these
Right.
people are,
Right.
to these Fortune 500 companies where
Yeah.
the money is apparently rolling for them and not for anybody else. I've kind of done my points right now. Anybody?
Oh, okay.
wanna
Well,
jump
I
in
don't know.
on
It looked like you're going to read some more shit.
I can keep going. From how about this? CNBC.com in 2018. Where am I? Oh, sorry. So the average big CEO corporate earnings was 18.9 million on average, which is 312 times more than any of their typical workers.
Wow.
Typical workers.
Fuck me.
That is fucking crazy.
In the 50s, it was only 20 times.
Yeah, that's still crazy.
It's still crazy, but it's
At the
just
same- yeah.
It's just you can see where it's kind of going like, these guys are making enough. Let's pay ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's something we're all okay with. You kind of have to.
It's yeah. Sorry.
but where's the line?
Yeah.
Where is it
How
reasonable?
much money? That's what my issue is.
Even with percentages, like if the fucking top earner in the company makes 200 times what the bottom earner makes, I don't know that I principally have a problem with that. But if that is an insane amount of money, then they should be paying an insane amount of taxes. And I
Yeah.
really believe that
I do.
because see, this is where some people, the libertarians and your conservatives and things, they get up in arms like, well, the government's taking all your money, all your hard-earned money and everything. First of all, how hard-earned is it?
Yeah.
Lazy
yeah,
fucks?
it's
No.
not.
Second
It's
of
not.
all, any company that size with that amount of earnings, you are being subsidized by the government.
Yeah.
You are being subsidized by the public with things like tax breaks
Yeah.
and incentives. You already get off really easily. So no, yeah, you pay more
Yeah, like Amazon.
for the company that allows you.
Yeah.
Remember when Amazon had their HQ2 thing and they were going to come to they weren't going to come here, but they bid. Windsor
Yeah.
Detroit bid. Did you see all the shit they were going to give them?
Oh,
It was fucking crazy.
No.
I remember this.
Dude, I
Good.
can't. I'm not even going to fucking.
Essentially,
attempt.
it's like when we had that issue with the sports episode about when they build a stadium, how much they give.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that was
incentives.
fucked up.
But that's kind of the same thing that was happening with the Amazon company. It's like, oh, we'll give you this, we'll give you this, we'll give you this. Blah, 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 blah.
And like Jeff, what's his name? Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
He's like the fucking one of the richest guys.
He is now the
He,
richest guy.
he's so
richer than Bill
fucking
Gates,
rich.
dog.
Yeah, he's rich as fuck.
He
and you're
lost
gonna-
half his money and is still the richest guy in the world.
That's insanity. Like, and you're just gonna give this corporation a bunch of fucking breaks to build, because it's what 5,000 minimum wage jobs
Yeah, if that. I thought it was 500 to be
or
honest. but-
500. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, I really don't.
Yeah, no, but
I think it was 5,000. It was their second headquarters. Like,
Really?
Wasn't it 5,000? I don't
I'm
know.
looking it
But-
up here. I'm looking at the bid.
Oh, okay.
But
so you brought up the richest guy in the world. Here's somebody else, and kind of tickles my angry bone.
Angry Bone Pickles.
Michael J. Pearson, who was a former CEO of Valiant Pharmaceuticals. Already, there's a lot of money there. He made $183 million. I believe this was in 2000. I wrote it down somewhere and I lost it. Anyways,
Doesn't matter.
183 million after a $100 million payout.
What the fuck?
The new CEO, Joseph Papa, made 83 million after a 55% cut. So he was probably going to make more. I don't know what the cut was for. It didn't say what the cut was for.
Yeah.
But I'm just kind of going, oh, you. So next year it might be more. You might, I got to make it that 55%.
Yeah.
50,000 employees is what that fucking Detroit bid was.
50,000?
Okay.
Oh, that's a lot.
It was huge.
50,000 minimum wage.
50,000 minimum wage jobs. Here's $14. I don't even think that's like, what is U.S.
In
minimum wage?
Detroit? No.
It's like $7
Yeah.
or something.
No.
A fucking fist in the
sorry.
ass.
It's okay. So in third place, this is the top 100 Canadian CEOs. And so after Joseph Papa, we have Donald Walker from Magna International, who the fuck that is. And he comes in at 28 million. Now, the average of the top 100, we'll get something real good here. The average of the top 100 Canadian CEOs alone, on average, make 10.4 million,
Yes.
which is still 209 times the annual wage of an average Canadian.
That's where I read that they make.
So the top 100
Yeah.
people could literally pay everybody's everything.
It's
And
insane.
yet we are busting our fucking asses to barely get by.
What was that breakdown I sent you the other day? It's like Jeff Bezos could buy a $200,000 house for every homeless person, not family, every homeless person in the entire USA. Buy him a $200,000 house.
Well, there was one other thing.
Yeah.
And have enough money left over to fix Flint's water crisis 12 times.
Yeah.
Which I think the figure was something like $56 million to fix
And you
Flint.
can do it 12 times.
And he could do it 12 times. Still, after he buys thousands
That's
of
fucking
people.
great.
Because everything's fair right now, right?
Yeah, exactly. Man.
Why do you think these people? Okay, like this is what I like. Why do they want this amount of fucking money?
And you know what? I don't get it. You can't fucking take it with you unless for some reason all this money makes them live longer.
I feel like once you get to that level, you're playing a different fucking ball game.
I guess. I mean,
And I've
it
heard
must
that.
do something to you.
I've
mentally.
heard that though. I've heard, and I'm gonna get a little bit geeky here for a second. Do you remember that old episode of Star Trek where it
No.
was like the three brains?
No, I don't.
Okay. Anyways,
You couldn't name one Wu-Tang Clan member. Don't pull this shit.
Okay. Well, okay. Anyways, the whole thing was they found out these three brains, I think it was three, were literally betting on what this little world was happening in this little world for fun, just for fun.
Right.
So they're just literally passing the buck around. Mm-hmm. From what I've heard, when these guys are at that level of income, it's just a game. They play with their money. They don't fucking care. They'll drop $100 million on something and go, whatever. It's just a game.
Yeah, no, I know that, but like there has to be like where's everyone's fucking morals at?
Well,
Like-
it's gone.
Okay, so hold on, because there's one guy that I know about who
I got a guy too. We might have the same guy.
we don't. I know who your guy is.
Oh, did you already see it?
I don't have
Oh
a
no,
guy.
I just figured it's Elon Musk because it's always
No, it's not
Elon
Elon Musk. It's not Elon Musk.
You know about
I got
a guy
another
besides
guy.
Elon Musk?
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Is it
Okay, who's
Elon
your
Musk?
guy? What? It's Musk Elon.
Warren Buffett.
Yes, that's my guy. Yeah, Warren Buffett's the OG, dude.
He is the OG, and the thing is, he like I've read some shit that he's written about how because of his position, and this is where it ought to tell you all. He's one of the fucking richest men in the world. In his position, his secretary is taxed at a more what am I looking for here? Basically, a higher bracket,
Right.
than he is.
Wow.
He's one of the richest people in the world.
That's fucking
And the person who
insanity.
takes his messages gets taxed at a higher percentage.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of
That's
here.
yeah,
And
fuck
he's
yourself.
the one to and now, that said, extremely hardworking person. My mom and grandma are in finances, and they like this dude, like you said, he's the OG.
He's the OG.
But he also still drives like a fucking 2004 Cadillac, and you know,
Dude,
he's
he
just
lives
he's
in
just a
his-
hardworking, humble dude.
Okay, Warren Buffett right here. I got it up. He
So-
only makes 1.87 times his median salary. Most of his money comes from his stocks.
Yeah, his
but
investments.
his CEO position, he only makes $100,000 a year, and he's been making that for like the last 25 years.
Right.
It's like the one.
And he also pays the median worker $53,000 a year, which is pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's a
fucking good.
good salary.
It's like one of the founders of Costco. He took huge pay cuts so everyone could have benefits. Everybody.
That's
That's
like,
G.
You
Yeah.
like I was there for a little while, and just as I was leaving, they're like, "Oh, here's medical, and you're part time."
Listen, man.
Not much coverage, but it makes to a degree it might make a difference.
better than a fist in the pee hole.
Well, it depends because when it comes to that, like I've said to them, I go, if they're only going to cover 30%, because as soon as you go in and say, "Oh, I have coverage," your prices go up. So if I go in and I say, "Oh, I have coverage," it only covers 30%, but if the amount they're going to charge me, I have to pay more out of pocket after the 30%, it's not worth it for me to say that I have coverage.
So, Warren Buffett, his real-time net worth is $85.1 billion.
Oh my God.
Same.
Same, man. He's promised to give away over 99% of his fortune.
Right.
So far, he is...
What?
I don't know. So far, he has donated $35.1 billion.
Wow.
So he's gave away 28% of his total net worth,
That's fucking gangster.
right?
I should write him a letter. I just want 10 grand. Just give me 10 grand.
I read somewhere he still
He
lives
wouldn't
in...
do it. He'd tell you to work for it.
Probably.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, I'll mow your lawn.
He bought a house like in the fucking 80s, I think, or 60s. I don't know. This guy's old, though.
He is old.
Yeah,
But he
he's-
bought a
he's
fucking
going
house
back.
for like $35,000. He still lives there.
Right.
Some shit like that. Like,
Yeah,
this
man.
guy's the fucking OG.
No, he is the OG.
Yeah.
And
I love him.
That's why I like reading his words and listening to what he has to say, because
Yeah.
he can speak with experience on both sides of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so many of these people want to tell you it's something about your fucking lifestyle you're fucking up. That's the reason you don't have shit. And I think there's always something to be said for it. You can always do better. Abso-fucking-lutely.
Right.
That's why I just signed up for 3 different courses to
Exactly.
learn shit.
Yeah.
By the way, I got in on that nutrition thing.
Did you?
Yeah, I did finally.
good shit.
Yeah,
Good
man.
boy.
I'm excited.
Golf clap.
You know, you can do things to improve your situation always, and you should. That's the fucking point of
Yeah.
life. But when the game is rigged against you, and
Yes.
we're all relatively middle class white men, you know, and it's still not really in favor of us.
Well-
Just imagine the rest of the fucking world
They're trying to rub out the middle class too. Rub
on
out.
camera.
Well,
Hopefully.
hey,
What a-
I need the money.
Strange way to
God.
phrase that.
Well, so they're trying to essentially get rid of the middle class.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is no more middle class. Are you kidding me? How the fuck? Okay, just in Windsor alone, like coming from me who owned a house, when I bought the house, the fucking market was not like it is now.
You just did a Joe Rogan can open.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, fuck.
He always does that when he's talking.
What's up, Joe? No, but when I bought a fucking house, all right, I bought it like the best time. The market was not even close to what it is. So I got a real good deal. And then when I sold, I made some money, right? But now, you know, restarting my fucking life, I'm looking at, you know, all the houses for sale, even rent. It's ridiculous, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking ridiculous. Even just buying a car is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And okay, I'm working a job right now that is paid minimum wage, but I'm only doing that because of the midnights thing and trying to
Yeah.
keep doing my own thing until that just doesn't work, and then I got to go just you know, I could probably get a decent job. I have enough experience on my resume that I could go and make like $20 an hour somewhere. But
I'm gonna need a personal assistant.
oh, I'm in, man. I'll do whatever you want. No, but like I'm just saying, now I'm making minimum wage, so now I can see it. The amount of money and how much they fuck you too.
Oh, yeah.
Like the shit
bro.
at my job, like I fucking do a ton of shit. I'm just like a general cleaner, but I do a ton of shit. I run machines, like I wash huge ass fucking windows. Like people would pay people good money to wash shit like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you did it yourself.
Well, yeah.
Not to mention all the other little shit this company has done.
The thing is, they are paying somebody good money. Your boss.
No, I know that, but I'm saying like, like put it like this:
Yeah, right?
If you decide you don't want to work there, okay? If you don't want to work there and you just say fuck this shit, I'm out, which you can legally. You don't have to give 2 weeks notice. That's not like a legal thing. You can quit that day. They will deduct $200 off your paycheck because you quit. because it's so expensive to train people, and because their turnover rate
Whoa.
is so high. Yeah.
I don't think that's allowed.
I don't think that's allowed either.
Do you have that contract?
Yeah, I have that at my house.
I would like to read that.
Oh
first.
yeah, I'll give it to you. There's a lot of things. That we're a cleaning company. They give you one shirt, then they make you pay for everything else.
That's
I'm not saying
sleazy.
that's fine. That's
Yeah.
sleazy, right?
Yeah.
You're cleaning fucking toilet. You know, and we
Yeah,
give you
yeah.
one shirt to wear all week.
Yeah.
That's it.
sleazy.
You know, you got to buy shoes. You got to buy and there is no raises. You have to actually email the owner and have a conversation of why you deserve a raise. And my supervisor, I talked to her, right? And
Yeah.
she said, yeah, she knows of maybe one or two people who actually got it. She's been there for 5 years. He doesn't offer raises. Instead, he offers attendance awards. So if you're there every day for 3 months, you get like steak and chicken.
Non-monetary.
That's fucked up.
Non-monetary and incentives.
That's
Oh,
fucked
bro,
up.
it's terrible. And I feel bad because, like, I got enough on my resume. I could leave, go get a job. I'd be fine.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to do something else.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
this
I
is
get it.
just some money, extra money. So I'm kind of whatever about it. It still pisses me off.
Sure.
I got one more thing about it, too. I got to say.
absolutely.
Because you're a law guy. So, but all these, like, young people they get, and they just fucking quit. And they don't understand why all these people quit. And I'm just like, dude, you have no growth. You know, like,
Yeah.
you have the worst turnover rate I've ever seen in my life. People drop like fucking flies, like 2 people a night.
And you worked
Wow.
at McDonald's.
Oh yeah, it's brutal because it's actually a physically demanding job.
Sure.
Like, dude, I'm sore. I actually got ripped from mopping. Like, I got my shit back. It's physically demanding. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm tired at the end of the night, and you're constantly going because you're kind of understaffed for the amount of work you have to do. So, and just being paid $14 an hour with knowing that there's no raise in sight, you're just like, why the fuck am I even here? Obviously, people are gonna drop.
Yep.
Right?
Oh,
So
I agree.
you look at all these young people and even people my age, people older than me that are working for $14 an hour, busting their ass. I worked with a
up.
girl who worked there for 2 years. She was making the same amount of money as I was, and she was fucking busting her ass, dude. Like, I've never seen someone work as hard as her. And she's got a kid and shit, and it's just like, how the fuck do you live?
That's
You
what
know?
I'm saying, dude. So when I was talking about my job where, excuse me, I was making just over minimum as a manager. So like a mid-level manager, that's got to be the worst fucking job in the world. Like, grunt work sucks, but at least you can fluff it off. You can, you're a grunt, you can always just
Yeah,
be
yeah.
like, I'm just a guy, right?
Yeah, I'm on break.
Mid-level management
Yeah.
sucks because you're in the sandwich. If you have any kind of conscience, which unfortunately I do,
Right.
you're trying to look out for people. So even though everyone hated me because I was a hard ass, I did try to look out for people and make sure people got theirs. Mickey, is that fair? Did I do that?
Not for Mickey. I'm just kidding.
Fuck.
No, you did. No, you
shit.
did.
Wow.
No, Fresh was always there. And I remember when we first started working together, you had to fucking run that place, bro.
I did. And
you did
I got fucked for it twice for the actual top level job.
See, 'cause
I'm not going to get into that.
I
But-
thought you did fantastic, but
Thank you. But a lot of people just knew me as the asshole because I'd tell them to do their job. What a novel concept.
Yeah.
God forbid.
But they never knew that I would like defend them behind the scenes.
Right.
Anyway, the point is, I had a fucking laundry list of responsibilities, and it was more than I could physically do in a day. This was not me being lazy. I've never been a fucking lazy person.
I can vouch for that.
My immediate supervisor knew that. My employees knew that. No one thought I was just fucking the dog. No one did. They might have said, yeah, he's a prick, but no one thought I was lazy. So how can I not finish all these tasks? Because it's not fucking reasonable.
Right.
At that time, I was making less than you are currently making
Yeah.
now at minimum
Yeah. Oh,
wage.
yeah, that's-
And I was a manager.
Dang.
Damn.
So
man.
something's fucking broken in
Yeah.
there. And by the way, everyone knows the name of this company. So I'm not going to say it, but yeah, fuck it.
Yeah.
It,
Oh, isn't just make your blood boil?
It does. So it's nice when I hear stories like what Mickey's saying about Costco's
Yes.
top level people willing to take hits, because there's people like that out
Yeah.
there. The problem is they're few and far between.
Oh, yeah.
well, and it's
There's not
getting-
a lot of Warren Buffetts.
It is getting worse though. There, like I think one of the guys he passed away, and the other guy stepped down. He's not the CEO, anymore, he's just a board member. So, but the pay pinching is coming.
Okay.
While I was there, I started there. I was making $13 an hour before minimum wage went up.
Right.
And then when minimum wage went up, I went up to 14.
Right.
So before, I was making more than minimum wage.
Right.
There were people there who had been there for, let's just say, 4 to 5 years, who started at when minimum wage was whatever the fuck it was 5 years ago.
Right.
And worked up to the 14 or the 14.50. And they had, not whether or not they were physically demanding, but they had more responsibilities.
Right.
Minimum wage went up. And guess what?
They didn't.
They did not.
Wow.
Just about, I'd probably say, from my line of people that I was working with, probably 8 of them just walked off. They go, I can literally go anywhere else, make maybe a little bit less, but have a fuck ton less responsibility.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
this why you have a problem with the minimum wage increase?
A little, that's another part of it, absolutely. Because, like how, so my mom, if I'm not mistaken, when she started her job, she had 2 options: a bonus at the end of the year, or what's it called, where your pay goes up.
A raise?
No. But no, it goes up with the cost of living.
Inflation?
But it's called something. Cost of living.
Sure.
Okay. Anyway,
Anyways,
that would be the fucking way to go.
That's what she did because she's not a fucking dumbass.
Right.
Mom's smart. So every time there's like a cost of living increase, something like that, her pay reflects it.
That's pretty good.
You know what I mean? But they don't fucking offer that to fucking people like me, for example. Again, while I was there, one of the big reasons why I left Costco because everyone was fucking miserable. I can do my job. Like, again, Fresh can vouch for me. I work hard, I bust my ass, but these people were fucking miserable, but rightly so.
Right.
Rightly so. They've been fucked in the ass, left, right, and center, and expected to do more every time.
Yeah.
How?
One thing that always gets me, so I deal with the trades right now. So I see very directly, when you hear on the news about the increasing price of steel, for example, certain things that I deal with on a daily basis reflect that.
Oh, yeah.
So vendors will, they give a notice, okay, due to increased price of steel, we have to raise prices to X.
Yeah.
That's reasonable.
Yeah.
Then we, as middle people, have to increase our prices.
Yeah.
So then the contractor needs to increase their prices
Yeah.
to the consumer, the home buyer, what
Yep.
have you, right? This all seems to make sense, right? Except minimum wage never went up in that point.
No.
So where did this fucking poor bastard get the money? The cost has been translated every step of the way, and maybe it's been mitigated by some benevolent CEOs or what have you, and that's a wonderful thing. But it has still been passed down, and the poor bastard who needs new shit in his house, he never started making more money because the price of steel went up.
No, I know, right?
And this is what's wrong with inflation.
Oh, yeah.
Is the companies want to? Yeah, you better pick that dog shit up, lady. You better. I'm watching you. She don't even know I'm up here.
Just pick it up?
No.
I think it just peed.
Oh.
Just a little rat dog. I'll go punt it. Anyway, the companies want to pass these costs along, and that's not unreasonable. The problem is the system doesn't reflect that, and that's another kind of subsidy.
Well,
End rent.
Oh, yeah, you're right, though.
bringing up my mom again. She, because I work in.
My favorite
There
subject.
you go, mom jobs.
Oh, my God.
Mom job!
Mom
Yeah.
jobs. Come get your mom job. Hot mom job.
I've been in. Jesus.
Oh, sorry.
So I've been in
Anyway.
retail for going on 12 years. I've honed my skills. I'm proud of what I do. I like what I do, and I'm very lucky in that respect. Because I was saying I was complaining about going to work, and my mom even pointed out, she goes, "At least you like your part-time job." There are people who have full-time jobs that they can't fucking stand. I
Yeah,
go,
me.
That's a good point. That's good, and so I'm very lucky in that respect. But if I were to really put a price on my skills, again, almost 12 years of retail, I've been dealing with people
Right.
for pretty much my whole professional life. I was at Costco. I'm now at this place, and I'm still making fucking minimum wage.
Oh, yeah, it's bullshit.
Like, if I were to put a price on my experiences, like these fucking CEOs do, I could be making $25 an hour.
Yeah,
I've been doing it for
exactly.
long enough.
And it's funny because there's a bunch of motherfuckers who will tell you that, well, then you need to elevate. You need to take it to an industry where you get paid more with your overexperienced ass, which I agree. I think you're more qualified than retail as well, but you are doing something.
I am doing something, yeah.
So that's fine. But those same people who would tell you, "Oh, well, then you need to do better," they're not. They're going to want those service jobs available for cheap because they want to go get their fucking burger and they want the cashier at the grocery store and, you know, what have you. Mm-hmm. These people aren't willing to allow society to change to accommodate what they say you should do.
Yeah.
Am I making sense here? It's the okay. So there's a lot of people they'll say things like "good for him" if you see a rich guy getting rich by working the system, right?
Right.
Sure.
You know. Problem is, a lot of people get fucked through that system.
Yeah.
But they say "good for him." Okay, fine. Until Chrysler shuts a shift down, GM closes Oshawa. No one says "good for him" for the CEO. Now it's all like, "Oh, what about our jobs?"
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, and I mean, I've written Otto off.
You have to.
That was just an example.
Sure, sure.
They're you cannot fucking bank on them.
Not anymore.
No.
And that's why Windsor's flipping a tech, and why I think that's a beautiful thing. And everyone who said that was stupid,
Yeah, they're
going to look really fucking dumb in 10 more years.
Yep.
Not even 5.
See, and this is where I kind of get really pissed off about the lack of responsibility that these corporations take on. We could have the issues with inflation and the issues with, again, let's say even forget the big corporate people like the government money, where they say like, oh, we got to pay these people unemployment. What? How many jobs was it that the fiat? We lost 1,500.
Yeah,
something like that.
I think it was 1,500.
So that's just in Windsor. So now our municipal, provincial, and I think federal taxes are paying for them until they get a new fucking job.
Yeah.
Where's the responsibility forced upon these companies to retrain these people? Like that's always been the big thing. It's like, oh, we can't afford to do this because it'll be this much money. We have to get these different people. Just train the people you have.
Yeah.
Make them better people. You got the fucking money for it, Christ.
Yeah, seriously. And there are a lot of people, you know, who make more money who will say that people like us are trying to wage class warfare.
You're fucking right.
Yeah, I am. I kind of don't have a problem with that.
No.
You know, wage class warfare until classes don't exist.
Yeah.
You know, what have you.
We're all equal.
Yeah. Mickey, can you restart that recording, please?
Oh, sure.
But I'm actually not even trying to do that. I'm not trying to wage class warfare because I don't have a problem with people who work harder making more money. I don't have a problem with people who are experienced having rewards for what they've done.
Right.
That's ideal. But oh, Mickey, do you need me to fix that?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Mickey takes it off the rails.
Mickey doesn't know what the fuck to do with technology.
My name is
But
Mickey.
it's a red herring. You know, it's a distraction to say that because it's like no one's telling you that you shouldn't be rich for working hard and succeeding. That's not the point.
No.
But you need to pay back to the system that allowed you to do this. It's like when small business owners say, well, minimum wage goes up, I can't afford my business. Then you don't deserve a business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Grandma Quilt Maker.
You know what, though?
You don't deserve to impoverish someone else to get by.
Yeah.
And if you can't make it work for you, well, then maybe we have a problem with the fucking system.
I agree. You know what? I was actually just thinking about it. Your minimum wage. You give them minimum wage work. So it's like you haven't been in my store or at my other store.
Right.
But Fresh has.
Oh my God. Come on, guys.
Fascinating way to drink.
Come on. Come on, guys. Get it together.
Man, technology sucks for me.
Yeah.
So
He clicked on a video that said fascinating way to drink coconuts.
I'll drink your coconuts.
Well, I don't know how to drink coconuts. It's a new thing for me. But anyways, so
watching the fucking video.
So Fresh, imagine coming into my store and me giving you a minimum wage attitude. You need information from me. Not you specifically. Say you're just getting into the workout thing. I need information. Oh, what's a good blank product? Well,
Whatever's on the shelf.
I have a good selection over here. Oh, what would you recommend? I'm here just to cash you out. You can pick whatever you like.
Yeah.
That's minimum wage. That's what you fucking want from me.
I agree.
What I do And again, like I take pride in it and I like it, and I try to exclude myself in that sense. But if I did not do what I did, and the rest of my coworkers,
Yeah.
that place wouldn't be fucking open. Not by honestly, if we all started now, stop doing that, he'd be out of business by the end of the year.
Right.
I guarantee.
And you know what's funny? It's because he could just go open up somewhere else and hire a new staff.
Well, possibly.
But you fuckers wouldn't have a job.
No, and that's it. We're replaceable. But and this is if I might throw a message out there to everybody: start doing minimum wage work.
But it's
Fuck it.
Well, man.
No, seriously, fuck
it is built into society though. There's this conservative bent at the heart of all economics. And again, I'm not an anti-capitalist, not by any stretch. But you go to apply for a job. Look up, you know what? Let's look up some fucking ads right now for some entry level jobs.
Oh, fuck. You're going to see my place there for sure. They're always on, like, Indeed.
You gonna go on Indeed?
Yo, okay, so
I'll go
Mickey,
on Indeed.
I'll go on.
Can I say something about my minimum ass wage job?
Yes, absolutely.
Minimum ass
Make
wage.
an ass wage?
I make an ass wage. Okay, so I make minimum wage and I have benefits.
Okay.
But I have to pay my benefits. So bi-weekly, if I choose for a single benefit package or a family, the single is $41 bi-weekly. So like $82 a month.
Okay.
The family one is $82 bi-weekly. So it's like $168 or whatever a month.
Jesus.
And I make fucking $14 an hour. And they make me pay into this shit. Now, I also want to ask you this. How do holidays work?
In what sense?
Do you know? Because, okay, so I worked, what was it? I work at this place and I got family day off.
Okay.
Is that a statutory holiday?
Yes.
Is that what, so
Yes,
no one can
family
work,
day
right?
is.
So how are you supposed to get paid for that holiday? Because I'm going to tell you how they paid me.
So they're supposed to go back, I believe, 2 weeks, and then that's your holiday pay.
So just like if I worked
An
2 weeks,
average.
I
your
should
average hours of the last, I think, 2 to 3 weeks on that, and that's what they.
Yeah, and for
So that
anybody
would-
who works full time, it'll just be a day's work.
Yeah.
So if I'm new and I work full time, I should get paid for the full day. What is it?
I
Or does it
don't
get
know.
paid
I don't know
2
how it would
hours
work
if
if you're
it's
new.
2 weeks? You know what I mean?
I don't know. It would also depend on the company because they might choose to do more.
Oh, so
Because-
they can pick.
Because there's so many holidays in a year. You are given, I think it's 7 or 9 statutory holidays.
Right.
But then there's the civic holidays. So what you can do is you can kind of play fast and loose with those, where you can go, okay, you know what, I'm going to work this day and take this day instead. Because there's the civic holidays where you can work, but it depends on the company, sort of thing.
Okay.
But essentially, yeah, they have to pay, I believe it's 2 weeks back at the average hours for the day.
So
Hey guys,
I'm
I
only
just
asking
want you
this-
to know my resume is a match for the LCBO.
Oh, perfect. Wow. So I'm only asking this because I worked there for like 2-3 weeks and I got family day off and I only got paid 1.8 hours for family day. And they said it was an average because I've only been there for like.
I think
2
there's a clerical
Yeah,
error in
that-
there somewhere.
It might be a little off, but I don't think you're actually owed anymore, man.
No, is that it? I'm just asking because I don't know.
Again, like I have to do a little more research. I should know. Shame on me. But
Yeah, you're fucking legal.
Well, it's
bitch.
and unfortunately, it's the field actually I want to specialize in.
Oh, wow.
Hire me.
Yeah.
So I'm going to read you one
Sure.
for a customer experience associate, which is entry level at TD.
Okay.
I'm not picking on TD. This is just the first entry level job I saw.
Right.
So I'm looking at it. So their ad reads, "Tell us your story. Don't go unnoticed. Explain why you're a winning candidate. Think TD if you crave meaningful work and embrace change like we do. We are a trusted North American leader that cares about people and inspires them to grow and move forward. Stay current and competitive. Carve out a career for yourself. Grow with us. Here's our story. Jobs.td.com." So every word of that could be true.
Could.
I'm not disputing that.
Yeah.
Maybe, actually, I think TD is usually on one of the best companies to work
Right.
for, like pretty high on the list.
Okay.
So good for them. The point is, most ads read like that. Most ads read like you're supposed to be a fucking motivational speaker level positive person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're also supposed to be incredibly qualified, and I have a problem with the verbiage because there's always something that says that you're an out of the box thinker or you're willing to go over and above to fucking flip burgers or something.
Oh yeah.
You know, and it's
I
like
love it.
no one's willing to go over and above. And if they are, then you promote them and they have a different job, not this fucking shit.
Right.
And things are always phrased like that. It's rampant. And it's something that when I used to do hiring, I had a real problem with because I'd be getting these fucking cover letters that are, you know, trash heaps for one.
Oh yeah.
Or majestic pieces of literature, and I'm like, bro, you need to be published. But it's like first of all, this job isn't that fucking complicated. You're a customer service representative.
Yeah.
You know? Second of all, save me the bullshit because we all know what actually goes on here. But it's two-sided, and it's part of that actual culture of extroversion that we were talking about before. Everything's a goddamn performance.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
It's just
3-ring circus.
Yeah, so they always want an exceptional candidate.
bro. Can I tell you a story?
Hold on, I just want to finish this rant.
Okay, go.
If everyone in your company is exceptional, where is the exception? That's literally not how words work.
I know.
Yeah.
You fucking Okay, I'm done. Go ahead.
So I applied to a job at IKEA back in the day, and you know, it was like part time or whatever. It's a fucking part time job at like $15 an hour. Like this shit's at $15 fucking an hour. This ain't $30. This ain't
Yeah.
20. Okay, so I qualify. I get the email.
Hey.
Hello, Mitchell. We'd like to have you come in for an interview at IKEA. And it's like this fucking big. They're explaining, and I'm
Damn
reading.
it.
I'm like, sick. All right, cool. IKEA. I get to like furniture and shit. And I'm reading. You have to come and do a group interview with 25 people and put together a 5-minute presentation.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
dang.
bro, you had to put together a 5-minute presentation on yourself and shit. And I'm like, listen, this is fucking $15 an hour.
What was the position?
It was like furniture mover or some shit.
for-
It
You're
was-
a warehouse grunt.
Yeah, I'm warehouse grunt slash guy who puts together displays.
Here's a video of me lifting a couch.
I literally wanted to go there and just be like, hey, my name's Mitch. I sit in my garage, I smoke weed. I do a podcast, Fresh Lick and Mick. Yeah, you
Check
can
us
Google
out.
us.
Check it out.
Let's move some boxes, bitches.
Yeah,
Like,
but
what kind
really?
of fucking stupid? I immediately was like, yeah, I ain't going to this. Like, first of all, I don't want to spend this time and stressing about talking in front of 25 people I don't know.
25
I don't care to
complete
know
strangers.
about myself because I got an interview at IKEA.
Yeah.
Like, go. Wait, what the fuck is that? Like, seriously?
No, they really do think over much of themselves.
Like, Jesus
it's ridiculous.
Man, like, man, I don't know. I just thought it was hilarious for the amount of pay they were offering.
When I was working at the car lot
Yeah.
for that brief, actually, I think they were for a fucking year. Anyways,
You worked at a car lot and you still bought that piece of shit?
it was a storage car lot. I didn't
Christ,
get a deal on anything, but we were mostly
I'm getting you a bunch of books on things
We
like how
moved-
to buy a car.
we moved
Book by Mitch coming back?
Yeah, book buying
We,
Mitch is back, bitch.
we moved Pacificas and they're garbage anyway.
Like illegally, you moved them.
no,
illegally?
we literally just move them into straight lines.
We don't know. Maybe they're good.
We don't know. Just pay $70,000 for a luxury minivan with an all-wheel drive. No wonder. No wonder Chrysler's just shutting down.
Yeah.
Huh? Because everybody's making $14 an hour.
So we all got paid minimum. Like, and some of the guys who worked, they maybe got a little bit more. They had a little bit more responsibility. But the people who would come and pick them up, who literally would sit in a shuttle bus
Oh, the
van,
driver dudes. I always see those guys.
so we were making minimum.
Yeah.
They were making $18 an hour.
Wow.
We were out in the fucking blazing heat, piss pouring rain, freezing cold. We had a really bad snow that year. Mm-hmm. Not bad, eh?
One snow?
Pardon me?
A really bad one snow?
It was a big
Snowy.
flake.
It was a huge flake.
It's a snowy season.
No, yeah, I know what you mean.
So we're out and it sucked, but whatever, it's a job. So we had to check under the cars, make sure there's no scratches, dents, dings, whatever.
Right.
And then put them in a line. So there was a point where like we would miss stuff, and sometimes we're like, how the fuck did we miss that? Anyways, one point the boss comes out and says, "We're professionals.
Oh, yeah.
We need to." And I was working with my sister, and she goes, "What? They fucking pay us professional wages. Like, we're just here moving fucking cars. You're paying us it wasn't 14
It
yet.
wasn't 14,
You're
yeah.
paying us
Shout out to
$11.25 an hour,
Yeah.
and you want to say we're professionals?
Yeah, you got the
Come
balls?
on.
Fuck
Like,
you.
where do you get off, bro? And now that place is shut down.
Yeah.
No shit.
Put it
They
like this,
closed it down,
dude.
yeah.
I towed a transport truck out of a truck pit on a forklift for $13 an hour. I'm like, legit. I've done some horse shit ass shit for horse shit money.
Oh, yeah. No, it's insane. Again, and then it all comes back to you keep working hard and you'll get there. Yeah. I'll keep working hard. I'll buy that new car.
If I keep working hard, I'll just work for you for 40 years.
Yeah.
Make you rich.
Yeah, it's a real thing, man.
Yeah.
It's a real fucking thing. And that's... So at what point... This is what I want to know, because everybody can't be a CEO.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Okay? So everyone dreams of that level of success. That's why the system's set up like it is, because you can blind people with that vision of grandeur.
Sure.
Cool.
Sick.
Cool.
Sick.
Cool.
Sick. Cool.
But not
Fuck
everybody
you,
can
man.
be a CEO. Not everybody's cut out for it. Not everybody fucking wants to. And if
Yeah.
that opportunity was available to everyone, most people wouldn't take it, because technically it is available to everyone, right?
Okay.
Fair?
Fair enough. I'll take that. Yeah.
So, assuming those points, we acknowledge that things have to be kind of like they are. You have to have CEOs, you have to have middle level people, you have to have grunts.
Yeah.
I'm oversimplifying, I know.
Cogs.
Cogs, what have you. Therefore, those people are more valuable because they can't all do the same thing. All of those levels can't do the same thing. They're cogs, but we need cogs to make the machine work, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
So how do you leave a company where you're treated well because you don't make enough money without seeming like an ingrate?
Well, you gotta look after yourself. Like
You just dip.
Well, no. So for me, I'm working minimum wage. I'm going to school because I want to better my life, because I can't do this rest of my life. I'm going to be fucking 30.
Right.
I've been working nothing but minimum wage jobs my entire working career.
Right.
I want better for myself. So yes, again, where I'm at, if I made enough money, I'd stay there. I really would. I really love what I do. I get a lot of joy out of it. But that's not in the cards. It's just not. And you know what? I wouldn't even want to run the damn business, because that's a whole nother level of fucking stress that I don't want to deal with.
Okay.
But I've decided to go, you know what? I gotta go get my own. I'm gonna go get my own piece of the pie, and I'm gonna fucking eat it too.
But could you, yeah, for real. But could you then turn around and be like, I'm gonna start a company doing what I do now, you know, and try and get that CEO wage for your job now? Could you do that?
Do you mean? I'm sorry.
I mean, is it economically possible?
No, I don't think so.
It's not. Fucking exactly.
Yeah.
So that base level of people that the fucking pyramid is built on needs to be there.
Yeah.
But by definition, they can be smaller and weaker because there's more of them.
Yeah.
And that's what makes me so fucking mad,
They're
bro.
pawns, man.
No, I know, but I don't want to. I'm not an anti-capitalist.
No,
I'm
right.
not a fucking communist. It's just something
wearing a red
doesn't work
shirt.
here, and there something doesn't work here, and there's a lot of people who are willing to turn a blind eye to that bad math because either it works for them or they think it's going to work for them.
Yeah.
You know?
See, I remember when I was actually thinking about dropping out of high school at one point. My parents, they sat me down, gave me the whole fucking spiel, right? If you're not going to be in school, you're not going to be living here. Ugh. But
Wow, that probably would have been so good for you. You wouldn't have bought that fucking car.
probably
I know,
No, I wouldn't
eh?
be able to afford it.
You'd probably be working a better job.
But they said to me to be happy.
With yourself.
Yeah, really. It's where it all stemmed from. But they said it doesn't really matter what you do as long as you can live comfortably, but be happy with what you're doing. Which again, where I'm at right now. So like I've said to many people, they go,
Are you living comfortably?
not right now.
Yeah.
But when it comes,
Shocker.
but when it comes down to it, like, just try to be the best at what you can and be happy with what you do. But the thing is, the guys up top need to pay up, because these people run your fucking company. And again, you don't have to give them the millions, but respect these people with some of the decent wage and go, I understand that without you, I wouldn't make my money. And to keep people, if you keep people on longer, they do better.
Yeah.
No,
Turnover
man.
rates kill companies.
Turnover rates do kill companies, and you know what? Dissatisfied employees kill companies too.
All they gotta
and,
do-
and that's a big thing also. Like, people don't quit companies; they quit their bosses.
Yeah.
From the boss all the way up to the top. Like, you ain't paying me, and you're also treating me like shit. I'm out.
If Chrysler fucking bombs out, well, first of all, I will not be surprised.
No.
But the fact that they have removed so many jobs, and GM shutting down Oshawa,
Yeah.
After-
whatever the fuck comes next
After a bailout.
I don't know.
Also, let's go
Yeah.
to Mexico. We have the
Yeah.
money now.
Yeah,
they
let's
just
go to
gave us a whole bunch of
Mexico.
money.
Yeah,
Let's
I mean,
outsource.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Anyways,
Fuck you.
So if those things happen, at what point do people stop supporting them completely? And then there's a complete collapse of the big three.
see, now that's communist talk right there.
Well, just jump.
No, it's not.
I don't know.
It's not fucking communist. I'm just asking a
It's
question.
gonna happen.
Because these things have been pillars of the North American economy for so long. But at what point is their status removed? Is it
Here's
gradual?
what you do: kick them the fuck out now. Get them all out. Bring in fucking other companies and just retrain.
I just want Elon Musk to run
That's
the
what I'm
world.
saying. Elon Musk, bro. Let's just build spaceships. Fuck it. We'll just build spaceships at the Chrysler plant.
Why not? And just the factory, all the shit's there.
Fuck, man. Like
Elon
no,
Musk, if you're
bring-
listening, just wait.
No, hey, Tesla. Just fucking retool it. There you go.
Yeah,
Build
that's
electric
it.
cars. Get all this gas shit out of our fucking, don't manufacture gas-powered vehicles here anymore.
Imagine Windsor became
'em out
like
first.
a space age eco city.
Yeah, fuck.
It'd be
Do
gangster.
it. Everyone's like, oh, we want to be something.
There's a lot of
Fucking
old
can't even pave our roads.
stepdad motherfuckers who would have to die first. though.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
guys, you don't
I've
believe in
often-
space?
I've often felt that there's an old way that needs to die,
There is. It's terrible.
and it's dying.
I was
it's
gonna
dying,
say-
but it's not fast enough.
I was gonna say it's like, you know what, a CEO can pay you
Yeah,
$14 an hour, and you can go out and drop a fucking something down, something way too heavy to drop down an elevator shaft to a dude at the bottom catching it. It's happened to me.
Okay.
You know that story where I had to fucking drop one of the. I don't want to say a furnace down the fucking. when I dropped the fucking furnace down an elevator, I was just.
I thought
hanging-
it was a metaphor. No, this literally happened.
Okay.
Some guy's down an elevator shaft. He's like, "Yeah, just drop her." I'm like, "What?" I'm like getting paid $11 or whatever when minimum wage was like that, and I'm driving a fucking truck,
About that.
hauling hundreds of pounds of shit through fucking construction sites, and he's like, "Yeah, just drop her down the elevator shaft." I'm like, "All right." So I'm hanging this fucking furnace down an elevator shaft. My feet are on like the ledge.
Oh my
And I'm
god.
like, yo, all right. And like my partner, shout out Big H,
Ooh.
RH, he's like, don't worry, Mitchie, I got you. And he's holding my collar, right? Like choking me, like just like, and I just dropped the fucking furnace
hope
down.
this old Navy
the guy
t-shirt
caught
holds.
it. The guy fucking he just caught it. He's like,
Super Saiyan.
but I mean, like, wow, what was my point? I had a point before I went and told the story. Shit. I got paid shit fucking money to do that shit.
if you even want to think about it, though,
So my original point was you can do shit like that for shit money, and it's all good because your CEO or whatever could just come up and be like, "Good job today, man," and then just walk away like, "Yeah, you just did that, but I ain't gonna fucking give you anything more except a pat on the fucking shoulder and a wink."
yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know what's like personal acknowledgement like that is great.
No, that's fine. That's cool. But
Yeah.
like the amount, like if that was a one-time thing, cool. I'm even if it was a 5-time thing. But if it's like an every other day thing that I got to do, and it's just part of my job doing
Yeah.
sketchy ass shit like that, then like I should be compensated. I mean, I shouldn't, especially for a job like I had. Not saying I was the greatest employee, and I acknowledge that, and that place is decent to work for people who work there. And I kind of fucked myself there. But at the same time, when I was there and how much shit I did, I don't think I made enough.
I think what you're talking about in abstract is a disconnect from the top to bottom.
Yes, that's
and
pretty
that
much
was
it.
a small company.
Yes,
That was
yeah.
a company where there's
Yeah.
not really an excuse for a
Yeah.
disconnect, and yet there still was one.
Yeah, to the point where when they had to talk to me, or when they wanted to talk to me, they wouldn't even call me into the office. They just have my manager talk to me, which I get it. It's a chain, but like, let's be real. There's like 30 people there.
Yeah.
Like, I walk by you 80 times a day. Like,
Yeah.
you could just talk to me. Anyway. disconnect.
If you guys like, I have a big company we can look at some of their numbers.
Walmart.
Yeah, we can, and I want to, but I just want to stress that what Slick's talking about in this case is in that case, you're talking about a small company with a potential wage gap of I don't know, 10 times maybe.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe. And there's already issues like that. Now exacerbate that to a provincial level, to a national level, to an international level,
Huge.
God forbid. You know? And I understand why some of these difficulties exist, but that said, any intelligent person looking at it then has to go, okay, so how do we fix it? Because this is a massive part of society. People spend I spend 60% of my waking hours at work.
Yeah.
I don't fucking enjoy it.
No, fuck that shit. Like, I don't want to fucking go, you know what I gotta do tonight? I gotta go mop of 2 fucking buildings. 2 fucking school buildings. $14 an hour. I don't want to be there for 8 hours.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and again, as a man, it's on you to improve your life situation, which I know you're doing. That's not the point, but that's what people will say to you.
Yes.
You know, but you still need fucking janitors.
Yeah, the job still has to be done.
Still
so
has to
why not pay
exist.
these people? And some are paid well, right? This is the thing. In the custodial service, some custodians are paid well.
Yeah.
Like the school board,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
probably Caesar, like big, decent company. Paid, and I say paid well compared to me.
Okay, comparatively.
But what I'm getting at here is that people need to be taken care of.
Yeah,
And if
100%.
people aren't taken care of, then why are top earners taken care of?
Yep. I
Literally,
agree.
why? Because if this doesn't exist to keep the wheels moving, well, the fucking guy at the top is just as disposable.
Yeah,
I think so. I agree.
I agree with that.
I want to hit Mickey. I really want to hear what you have to say. I'm going
get
to tell a very, very quick story.
Yeah.
Malcolm Gladwell, he's an author, really interesting thinker. He's a pretty great guy. He's got a podcast called Revisionist History. So he looks at all these different phenomena. He's a weird motherfucker. He's so great. He's got one on golf. It's called
Like the game?
the game. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
other Gulf of
I don't know,
Mexico?
the fucking golf. I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah, I mean, fair question.
I just didn't expect golf. Like, I don't know.
Let me get there.
Okay.
It's called a good walk wasted or something like that.
Okay.
Which I'd agree. I hate golf. I think it is an iconic symbol of what's wrong with
Yeah,
capitalism.
I
You know?
used to like it. Now I fucking can't stand it. I'll
Talk
still play
about
once in a
things
while.
that are provided for against the public's best
Yeah.
interest. Anyway, one of the things he mentions in that episode is how top CEOs track. There's some kind of like leaderboard, but it's a little more sophisticated than that online, and you can publicly access this, where you can look at.
Who's making the most?
No, not who's making the most. Who's golfing the most?
What?
Because
oh my
some
God.
of these motherfuckers are so ego obsessed about their golf game that they track shit, right?
Okay.
And you can go in there and look at it, and it's like this is where it gets gross, because people in those top positions are spending 30% of their time on a golf course. Well, if you're doing what you should be, where you tell everyone you deserve this money, there's no way you could spend that much time. No one's saying don't golf. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
saying don't golf because fuck golf. But
Fuck you, golf.
principally, no one's saying you as a top earner shouldn't be able to go to an expensive golf course and do what you want. Good for you.
Yeah.
You know, you earned your time off. Cool. But they're actually doing it so much that you can see by these statistics that they're doing it when they're supposed to be working. And this isn't like one or two guys.
Yeah.
It's like
It's
everybody.
there's enough on there to actually have percentages of national averages.
Wow, that's fucking.
And you know what?
Fucked.
And I
It's
know
so stupid.
And I know their response to that is like, well, we do a lot of work on the golf course. Fuck you, get in the fucking office. Like, seriously.
Oh no, dude, you would be horrified. There's some cases where they talk on that episode about LA, because like some of the highest real estate in the world, and the golf course is paying tax rates that are locked in from like it's a really janky number. Anyway, they pay like essentially no money compared to what they take in.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
It's all
just a mess,
fucking
yeah.
rigged against mass population. There you
Also,
go.
how you know that these people are assholes is because they golf.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, that was my
No,
detour.
that's
Go
good.
ahead, Mickey.
So I looked up J.P. Morgan and Chase. big company. A lot of people
Yeah.
know who they are. I didn't know J.P. Morgan and Chase was a thing. That was J.P. Morgan.
Oh no, they're like one. Yeah, they're an.
So
multinational
investment bank, sixth largest bank in the world. Wow. Their assets total 2.5 trillion. Assets, that's everything.
Yeah, still a lot of things.
In 2018, their revenue was 109 billion. Not 10.9. Not 1.09. 109 billion. So the top 5 people, I didn't get their names because I really don't fucking care. And this is total with compensation. Again, for what? I don't know what they need compensation for, but apparently they need it. Chairman and CEO, 27.8 million. CFO, 8.3 million. Investment bank and co-CEO, 20.9 million. CEO assessment management, 16.7 million. These are all one person. And then there's a second investment bank co-CEO, 21.2 million, which totals 94.9 million these guys make collectively with their compensation. Their average employee
Oh, here it comes.
makes 46,569 up to 155,266.
That's fucking nuts.
The low,
And that's probably like a decent company too.
the low from the low people of the total 94.9 million of the top 5. Those 5 people collectively make 99.95% more than the lowest person.
What the fuck?
And the highest is not much different.
No.
99.84%
Yeah,
more.
Oh god.
that is fucking crazy.
That was in 2007.
Oh, and it's so much worse since then.
Oh my god, that was in 2007? Oh, I don't even want to know what it is now. It's probably like 300 times. 300 times.
And by the way, if you want to look
I
at
don't
this,
want to know.
I'll put up the website later because it showed a whole bunch of companies and it's on money.cnn.com. Whole bunch of companies. It's like the top something companies and it shows the people and how much they make with like just their salary. If you want to fucking call it that, you might as well call it whatever. I don't know, a gold bar up their ass every 5 minutes.
What?
And then plus their and then again with their compensation.
Yeah.
So
Now, I want to. Why? That's all I want to know is like, why the fuck do you need that amount of money? Like, obviously it's a game, but okay, so now is it just some sort of fucking mental disease that has just run rampant through our fucking society? Like, are all these CEOs insanely narcissistic?
But here, okay, so,
you know what I'm saying?
So pause. Here's the thing.
Do you want me to pause this?
No.
I was waiting for an ask that.
You get into that position, all right?
I'm in the position.
You're not going to, like, let's say you make 28 million in a year or whatever. The fuck.
Yeah. Okay.
Pardon the
Sick.
fuck out of me.
So I keep bringing the bubbly.
You're not going to, and let's say that's all the money you ever need for the rest of your life, by far.
It is. That would be all the money I'd. Yeah. Anyway.
You're not going to stop working.
No.
No.
And that is what that position gets you. So, to that point, I don't think it's as simple as saying, why do you need it? I don't think it's that straightforward. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I think it is.
Fuck me then.
Yeah.
Okay,
pretty
but
much.
No,
I'm just like, money must, when you have a taste of like, I don't know, $1 million, like an actual $1 million, like you have that money. It's not like you own your assets. It has to just change you. Like, it's got to do something to your brain.
The comedian Brent Butt, he did a little bit on that, talking about how, because this was back when Amazon wasn't what it is today, and Bill Gates was still the top dog. He goes, that man has so much money, he could literally kick everybody out of Alaska and rebuild New York City out of Nerf. Not the best way to use your money, but you could.
But you could.
Like money changed me. And Brent, but he's this pretty successful comedian, and he said like, when I have a couple grand in the bank, I get a little squirrely myself.
It's true. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
It's. Oh, that's.
It has to. It has to change.
It has to
you.
change you because I just don't understand it because it is obviously a huge problem.
Yeah.
Like through Canada and the U.S. and probably.
But maybe
Probably
also
will.
how you get your millions. Again, we see what's his name, the gentleman you brought up earlier,
Warren Buffett.
Warren Buffett. Did he start from very modest
Yes,
beginnings?
he bought stocks at age 11, filed his first taxes at age 13.
Okay, so
That's how
then,
he, and he
then
worked
not
since
What
like
a
he was.
boss.
He's fucking OG, bro.
going from one side of the scale to the next, and then you throw Justin Bieber into the mix. A young kid get all his fucking money thrown at him, and look what he's doing.
That's
Like,
what
he's
I think.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know what? That's another thing. I just
That's
think the
more than
money,
just money, though. That's
It's more than just
lifestyle.
money. No, no,
Everyone's
for sure, for
kissing
sure.
your ass.
But
But so is being a CEO.
See,
Being a CEO is a lifestyle. It's something. It's like being a politician.
you got a
It's,
lot
you
of
know,
golf to play.
You got
Got a
tons
lot
of.
of golf
You got to
to
buy
play.
all those fucking pop your collar shirts. You know, you need the blue
my
one.
dad's gonna sue you. Okay.
Don't you lay a hand on me.
God.
No, I don't know.
Don't worry,
man.
I have no money.
It's got to be a game. It's just fucking crazy that nothing has been done about it.
You know who I think is the coolest fucking person?
Me?
Well, actually, I don't know very much about her. But J.K. Rowling actually donated her way out of the billionaire
Yeah,
club.
yeah. I
That's
read
so
that.
heard
cool.
that, yeah.
That's so cool.
You know, I don't know, man. It's just a confusing world.
I've said if for whatever reason I decide to go, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna start getting more involved in politics and maybe trying to change some shit. Should I ever get to a position where I'm of authority, like mayor, etc.?
So never.
Probably.
I'm just joking.
Honestly though, like I'm actually looking up when the next ward meeting is because I'm done. Like I need to get my voice
I
out
think
there.
we should all just run. Let's just all run.
Oh, I'll do it.
What I've decided is, should it ever happen,
This is my cabinet. They swear and smoke a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I will
PR
not.
guy.
I will not make more than the average
Just fuck it,
citizen.
bro.
Good.
So if I become mayor of Windsor, whatever the average is in Windsor, after like minus the Sunshine
But you
Club,
did so much work to get there, bro.
I don't care. Because as far as I'm concerned, even fuck if I was the Prime Minister of Canada,
Okay, and
I'm a
here-
representation of my country. I will represent my fucking country.
Now to start.
I don't. First of all,
Sorry.
most political salaries, and yes, there are definitely other kinds of income, but are not terribly egregious.
No,
And
but-
certain things like the fact that you can serve for a year and that'll get you lifetime pension. Yeah, that's
And
kinda
I'd give that
messed
up. I wouldn't take it.
That's kinda
I just
messed
go
up.
back to work.
Okay.
Really, I don't fucking care. It's just money.
All right. Well, now that it's just money, I want to bring some shit up. It's not only the gap from CEO to median worker, but it's the
fresh. Sorry.
Was that you?
Probably.
Oh, probably. Anyway, not only the gap from CEO to median worker, but also how to get there. Like, in order to even get an entry level decent job, you have to go and spend $25,000 just to get a piece of paper. You know what I'm saying? Like a degree.
Okay.
You have to go through school. So they expect you. This just fucks me up, right? Like, you're out of high school, you go to university or college, and you have to pay thousands of dollars to get a degree. And they just like, you're already in debt. You're already behind. You're never even going to, because by the time you get that job, right? You're out of school.
Yep.
You get that entry level job for probably dirt shit pay, just shit pay, or like decent shit pay. You're paying your loan back, so the $20,000 or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
You're already paying that back, but now you got to move out, so you got to pay your rent, right? And you got to pay your house you own, and then you got to pay your car payments, or you got to go buy a car. All you know what I mean? You got all these
that's true.
expenses. Then you got to pay your fucking utilities, your electricity,
Dude, I
all
don't remember
your
what-
groceries.
What episode we were talking about it on? Sorry, I want you to
No,
continue.
yeah.
But at one point you were rambling about how it's a joke that you go buy a new car to keep working your job to pay for your new car.
Yeah, that's
Whatever
what it
episode
is.
that was, you let out the most like spiteful laugh, and that's what I think now. Pretty much every day I go to work, I'm like, so I can live in this house and.
I got to work 12 hours today to pay for my new fucking $66,000 truck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, so
By
you
the
already-
way, I'm looking at the Sunshine List of last year, and there's a lot of high school teachers on it.
No
And
kidding.
I don't have any issue.
No,
with
I
that.
don't have.
No, no,
But
no,
like,
no.
holy shit, $100,000 for a high school teacher?
Yeah,
holy
but,
shit.
But you know what? Like, fix the curriculum. Anyway, no, but you have to go through all these processes, right, to get your freedom. And then not to mention the social pressure, right? So if you're like my age living at home, you don't want to tell people you're living at home. I'm almost 30 fucking years old. I don't want to be like, yo, I'm out with my mom and dad, and my dad made me a peanut butter sandwich today, and you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to, like, it sucks, but like, I don't have the resource. I tried school. It's not for me.
Mm-hmm.
No, I tried twice.
Did that happen? Did your dad make you a peanut butter sandwich?
He has before, not today, but he has before. I won't lie. But you know what I mean? So you have the social pressure. So already when you're out of school and you're in your mid-20s or almost 30 like Mickey, you already... what the fuck? I'm just joking, buddy. Give me some nuts, baby. But it's true. You're already fucking behind. Like, I know someone who works 2 jobs in the healthcare, makes decent money. She owes like $90,000.
Hold the fuck on. She works 2 jobs in healthcare?
2 jobs in healthcare.
Both of them are in healthcare?
Yes.
What the fuck?
She works tons of, like, one makes like ridiculous money and the other one's just kind of like extra money.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, regardless, she has her own place and her car and stuff like that, and she's still in debt, like almost $100,000.
If you'd like, I can elaborate a little bit on going to school and what that will constitute in the future for possible CEO positions.
Right. Okay. Do that.
So the president and CEO of Walmart has a BS Business Administration from the University of Arkansas, MBA University of Tulsa. That's it. ExxonMobil. Darren Woods, Chairman and CEO, BS Electrical Engineering, Texas A&M MBA, Northwestern University. Warren Buffett,
WP!
Chairman and CEO, BS Business Administration, University of Nebraska, MA Economics, Columbia University.
Okay.
That actually kind of makes sense for what the fuck he
Yeah.
does. So, Tim Cook, CEO of Apple, BS Industrial Engineering, Auburn University, MBA, Duke University. So they really seem to be having 2 degrees, and they make 300 times more than we do.
I know a person with 2 degrees. They working at Subway.
Yeah, buddy.
No, but I don't know, man. It's broken. You go to school. You go to school to get that good job. You're already behind. We live in the debt-based society. So
I think that's one of the things that's missing from the conversation is the advantage that being well-born gets
yes,
you.
that
You
is
know,
huge.
Because I will never, ever forget being in grade 12, and there was a girl who... she was first year university, and she came back to sort of give us the what's what.
Don't graduate.
Yeah, seriously. That's where it all went wrong. No, just kidding. Out of the birth canal.
Much earlier.
It was mostly bad.
I was waiting for a Mickey punch, but whatever.
No. Anyway. Fuck me. No, so she came back to sort of give us advice for like what to prepare for.
Sure.
And that's a great thing, you know. She didn't have to do that. It was just on her own time. But the whole thing was useless to me because there were things like, don't work more than 15 hours a week. And I'm like, that's not going to put gas in my car, let alone pay the insurance or buy my fucking textbooks. And my school, while I was at home, the tuition was paid. My mom has saved up all my life.
Yeah.
And I still didn't have any fucking money.
Right.
And I worked full time.
It's a fucking crime. That's a crime.
That's fucked up. Like, and I was not poorly off. I was probably firmly in the middle of the middle.
Right.
You know what I mean? When I was young
here,
like that. And it was still hard to do. I probably could have taken better advantage of it, guaranteed. You know, I didn't know what I was doing. That's fine. But the point is to be able to just walk into a class, you know,
and not have that
stress.
Yeah.
There's so much to be said for the stress of life.
Oh my God.
You know?
They say stress is like one of the number one fucking killers. And then think of like a 20-year-old university student that's not born well off.
Exactly.
Yeah, well,
that's got to pay.
When we were working together, I was working 30 to 40 hours a week and then going to school 16 hours a week.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
no, we were saying, stress number one killer. I remember being told, money doesn't buy happiness, but it sure makes life a lot fucking easier.
Yeah.
See, that's it. And I'm so off that now.
Well, again, but not necessarily like all the money, but enough to really get by and you don't have to worry about money. If you don't have to worry about money, it doesn't mean having all of it, but it has having to go like, I don't think.
Exactly, man. There's a threshold, and it's somewhere around like the upper 60s or 70 grand.
75.
What?
75 grand. I think I know where you're going. I'm sorry. Keep going. My apologies.
Jesus
Love you.
fucking Christ.
Oh, this is great.
Where up to that point, happiness markers elevate as you get closer to that, and past that they plateau and then eventually, in fact, drop off. Mm-hmm. So you don't necessarily want to be filthy fucking stinking rich, which is, if anything, is an argument for wealth redistribution, which I am not in favor of, but kind of hard to argue with, at least based on those data. So it's not that any of us are saying we want a fucking handout. I don't want a handout. I like working.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
I just want a fair fucking shake, or at least a fairer shake.
Yeah.
Life ain't fair.
I just want to be able to afford a bachelor apartment.
Well,
No.
I would like to buy something and not pay interest on it.
Yeah.
I would like to buy, my car.
Then you shouldn't have bought that fucking car.
No. But I would like to be able to go, I'm going to go buy a bed and not have to do payments.
Oh,
and then
man.
so buy $1,000 bed for $1,500.
Well, this is
No,
like-
I want to buy $1,000 bed for $1,000. I want to buy a $20,000 car for $20,000. I want to buy a $300,000 house for $300,000.
the whole
Like, fuck me, right?
dude, this is just
Dickhead.
to me. This is just evidence. Just looking at a gap that big between CEOs or the major CEOs or whatever and a median worker is enough evidence for me to say that the entire system is broken. Because the entire,
you're right.
I mean, it is. It has to be. The evidence is there.
Well-
I mean, from everything with school to even like children, like daycare and all that kind of shit, and like.
I think it's just broken for us because it seems to be working really well.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's what I
We
mean.
gotta look at
Once
the
you
certain
make
system here.
once you make that money and you're in that echelon of douchebaggery, things are just all of a sudden given to you.
Hey,
Like
I can be a douchebag and
Oh.
not make any money. Thank
that's
you.
true.
You know
That's
what,
what
though?
I do
You know-
really well.
Yeah, you touched on that, like people just giving stuff to you. Before Doug Ford passed, no, who's
Rob.
it? Rob
Rob
Ford.
Ford.
Before Rob Ford passed away, he did this whole thing. He's like, yeah, I'm the mayor, and they keep giving me free shit. Like I don't use it. Before he died, he's like, they give you this, they give you this, they give you this, and it's like, but why the fuck do I need a free bus pass,
bro, it's
I
like-
don't use it.
You know what's fucked about that motherfucker? Really, the two Fords is that they were born with money, and then they pirated the cause of the working class. It's
Yeah.
like
Oh, yeah.
these people don't speak free, just like Donald Trump, right?
It's just like Donald Trump.
They
I'm just
don't
gonna say
speak
No,
for
they
you.
don't
They
speak
don't
for you.
actually
they
care.
have no fucking idea what it's like to actually make shit money and do hard ass work.
Exactly, but that asshole is going to get online and talk about how the green industry is bullshit because someone's getting rich off shutting coal down.
Yeah.
Off taking the 1,200 coal jobs that still exist. It's like, you stupid son of a bitch, we're trying to help you.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's just a fucking shit show. Welcome to the fucking shit show, people. Isn't that our motto?
That's what it says on my dating profile.
Oh, is it?
My God.
Welcome to the fucking
I
shit
swiped
show.
right.
Yeah, baby.
Oh man.
No, I just, the whole thing from like when you're born, you're fucked. If you're like middle class, really,
Well, yeah.
it's always going to be an uphill battle. You're always going to struggle. Like it doesn't matter what you do.
Is the thing. Struggle is a good thing. Working hard is a good thing. But how do you do it? Because if you gotta be fucking likable, handsome, have 2 degrees, you're never gonna fucking win.
No, I know. That's what I mean. I mean, you're always gonna struggle is good. It builds character 100%, and it makes you. I think
Builds character, builds skill.
builds everything.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about you're always going to financially struggle. It doesn't matter how much, how good you are of a person, sadly, in the world, you're still going to fucking be behind.
I would love people's financial struggles to be like, yeah, you know what? We can't go out to eat this week. We'll go next week. That's where I would like people to be.
Right. And you know what? The sad thing is with all of this, and we're not even, in poverty. Like, we're not even poor.
We're not
Yeah,
destitute.
we
Think
don't
about
have
being
the
fucking in
problems.
poverty, like
Yeah.
real problems, right? All of this bullshit where you're like, it's almost entitlement, like, oh, I have money or I have good credit, so I can now go to school
Yeah.
to learn more. Even though you can learn anything, I mean, you got to be careful online and shit. But like from books and stuff, you can pretty much learn anything on your own. You can self-teach yourself anything. But if you're paying for that piece of paper because you're taught by professionals who've also been trained or grandfathered in, but that limits the potential of every human being, because if some, Jim Bob over here has fucking nothing, but he's low-key a genius and wants to, has ideas for the cure for cancer because he just does that on his spare time, but he can't afford to go to school, and fucking airhead Cindy is going to school and it's all paid up front. She's going to be a surgeon, but she's actually shit at everything.
You know what trips me out
when
you
what I mean?
say that,
like,
bro?
holy fuck, man. Like,
I know a disproportionate amount of nurses. Not one of them reads.
no, nothing.
None of them can
Nothing.
tell me an interesting podcast. Most of them don't know anything about politics. And you could say this is because they have a stressful job or whatever. But what I'm trying to get at is these are not who I would typically consider intelligent people. And these are the nurses.
Well, this is the issue. This is the issue in intelligence.
But nursing is hard to do. That's what I
Nursing
don't
is hard
get.
to do, but a lot people mistake intelligence with the regurgitation of information. Just because you can read something in a book and spit it back into my face does not make you an intelligent human being.
No, I
that
agree.
just makes me realize, hey man, you got some good memory. You must drink some water and get some sleep. Like
That is kinda
that's
true.
pretty much it. Like
Yeah.
you're not fucking blowing me away here because you can recite the dictionary,
Which is
whatever
not
it
to detract from nurses at all.
No,
That's not what anyone
not
is
at all.
saying.
But it is weird.
It's
Because
weird.
it's a medical field, and you
Yeah,
just think
and it's
those types
hard.
of people. Not that they're shit at their job, because they're probably really good when they're in work.
Yeah.
Right. They know exactly what to do.
I was talking to this nurse once, and she said that the number one hobby among all her nurse friends, and it's
Getting shit faced.
partly because of their wonky schedule, is they all just get wasted.
Yeah.
Sad.
It's like, what?
Dude, and now it's like, I don't know. I got so many fucking hobbies, and my life is all over the place right now. But now when I talk to people, new people, or like women, and like, what are you doing? Oh, I just finished work, and now I'm just gonna just watch TV, and it's like that every day. I'm like,
Like I go stir crazy, man.
maybe
Like,
I'm meant to be a CEO. I don't know.
Yeah. You need to get some fucking golf in your
full,
life.
full fucking golf. You can be my caddy.
So okay, all right, we're getting sidetracked.
Sorry.
No, it's all good. It's all good. But so this is just at a personal level from what we've experienced.
Yeah.
But there's so much more at a global level. 200 years ago, the wealthiest countries in the world were only 3 times richer than the poorest.
Right.
Only 3 times.
That's not a lot.
At the end of colonialism, the end, like it doesn't resound
Yeah.
anymore or
Yeah.
anything. In the 60s, that was 35 times. And you can guarantee it's only gotten worse since.
Oh
then.
yeah, baby. I'm guessing. Can I guess? Do you know what it is today?
I don't know what the current figure is.
Do you know a more current figure than that?
Mickey?
I'll look up real quick.
I just want to guess.
Look up wealth disparity, richest nations, poorest nations.
I just want to
take a guess.
I'm gonna say the richest 497
497%?
more rich than the poorest. Yeah.
Okay.
Or times or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever
All
you want
right,
here.
cool.
Are you gonna guess?
I don't think it's that. I think I want to say it's like 250.
Okay.
Okay. But so if we've got a world where the richest 1% own more than the bottom half,
Right.
and that's, you look at that nationally, well, how the fuck does that happen? So everything that's happening personally is also happening internationally. So for example, countries that had colonies because they wanted resources and cheap labor.
Right.
When they gave up their colonies, did they give up their resources and cheap labor? No.
Nah, man.
No, they just set up economic systems that disproportionately favor the people who already have money.
Yep.
And that's what's fucked up, You can't apply the, if you just work hard attitude to fucking Haiti. It doesn't work.
No, you can't do that, man.
Because, the Haitians worked harder than anyone. They actually threw off their oppressors. But anyway,
No.
not the point.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that this is a whole global game.
Yes, and can I touch on that?
Please.
And I'm gonna say something here, and it's not to be like I don't support it or anything like that. But
Oh, boy.
back in the day, slavery obviously still exists.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna go somewhere with this slavery shit. It obviously still exists in the world, but for a person with the perspective that looks and says, "Man, we're getting a lot of work done for like no money,
Right.
and I'm making a bunch of money, and I love it. This is a great idea." It benefits one or a small group of individuals while exploiting a large number of individuals.
Right.
Right? So you really think that idea has like sunk into the bottom of the ocean and been buried? Probably not.
No.
No, it's called mass slavery. They're like, let's not apply it to one certain race, we'll say, of people, or
Right.
a couple certain races. Let's apply it to everybody now. And
Well-
pin them against each other.
That's what fucks me up.
That's it.
That's what fucks me up. Because if it was just as simple as they're running this game, oh shit, we're losing, that would be one thing. But in order to prevent people from really cluing in, is this fucking... See, this is the thing. I don't actually think most of the conservative politicians, whether in the States or here, who say things like, you know, there are welfare queens in Chicago, I don't think they actually even believe that. I think they know they're pettifogging the issue by distracting the dude who earns $20 and making him hate the dude who earns $10.
Yeah.
They did that in slavery. With the house slaves and the field slaves, they literally segregated them amongst themselves.
And what a dark metaphor, but holy
Right.
shit,
Yeah.
right?
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
So
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I looked at the right thing for you, but of the world's 100%, the United States has 25% of the world's wealth.
Holy fuck, man.
For 350 million people.
And
That's jacked.
I'm trying to find another big number, but they're all really low percentages.
That's, I mean, that right there kind of says it all.
Does that mean that
In a country with that much wealth disparity, so if the United States has 25% and 1% of the United States
It's-
has most of that,
Yeah.
Canada
then
has
like,
Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, fuck you, Mickey.
My apologies.
Then you're talking about probably less than 100 people who have like 10% of the wealth in the world.
yes?
What?
That's fucking insane.
What?
Modern day slavery for everybody. It's the truth. I mean, really.
And to go back to my point about colonialism, to act like outsourcing jobs isn't the exact same thing, but on an economic rather than a
Right.
social scale, which as if you can disentangle the two. Don't fucking lie to me.
Oh yeah, you shut the fuck up.
You know it.
No, and then I don't know, man. It's so broken. It's almost like people don't want to see it.
Yeah.
And like it's easy. They give you just enough, right? They give you just enough
Just enough and wanting
to
more.
taste it, and you're like, oh, I'm happy at this job. I'm just gonna watch my Netflix. I'm gonna eat my shitty food, and I'm gonna drink my poison water, and I'm just gonna live my life every day and not even question what the fuck is actually happening. But if you don't question what the fuck is actually happening, it limits the progression of the entire world.
Canada's
Because you keep feeding these people, you keep giving them what they want. So in return, they keep getting what they want and using money, because money's a resource, to manipulate the world the way they want it. And so you're holding back the progression of the world, really.
And that's why I hate it when people say things like money doesn't buy happiness, because you have got to be a really dumb motherfucker to think that anyone who is upset about their lack of money is upset about that because they think they're going to be happy with $100 grand in their bank account. It's not the point. It gets you food, health care, time to fucking breathe and think your thoughts.
Yes.
Maybe a vacation or two. This is a problem I have.
Time to spend with people you care
Time
about.
to spend with people you care
Like your
about.
fucking
For
children.
example, why the fuck are you doing all this? That's
Like
what I'm
when
saying.
you go to- yeah.
Like, if this is what I don't get, and I feel so sorry for parents. Daycare costs so much goddamn money.
Mm-hmm.
You're paying a ton of money for someone to take care of your kid instead of you doing it. But why?
Because-
so that you still have a job in the future.
because you have to go to work, because you're forced to go to work, because you have to pay these
it
bills.
doesn't make it
It's a
work.
fucking broke ass system.
Yeah.
It's debt based. I mean, you go to the fucking bank and they know
Yeah.
you have no money, so you go and you get $1,000 credit card. Now on
Yeah.
that $1,000 credit card, you got to pay whatever 6% interest. So you're already making the bank make more money than they actually gave you, and
Credit
the
cards
banks
are
are the
20%.
whatever. Sorry, I'm thinking a line of credit or whatever.
Yeah.
Credit cards, so you pay 20% of interest, in which you're giving the bank money. That's how the bank makes money. When the banks are the ones who distribute the money that they gave you. So how the fuck is the bank going to give you money and then make money off the money they just gave you? Does no one understand that concept about interest? Like, you're getting fucked in the ass. Every single person in North America, at least, is getting constantly ass fucking pounded by this shit.
That's why usury is a sin. That's why Jesus flipped the money changers tables, bro.
Money.cnn.com. Big banks rack up $6.4 billion in overdraft fees.
Yeah. Oh,
Which
you-
is-
What a
Oh,
joke
you
the
fucking
overdraft
piece of
fee
shit.
is.
No, but so they made
You don't have any money.
They
Rather
made-
than just saying no, they charge you.
So they made
$30.
$6.4 billion off of poor people.
That's fucking. It's right. It's mass. Like, and where'd that money go? So when you print money, what is money? We didn't even talk about what the
Well,
fucking money
money
is.
is
It's
a-
a representation of how much your country is worth in resources. That's what it is.
Okay,
right?
that's a good way. It's good.
Pretty
I was
much
gonna
like
say,
oil,
I was gonna say
gold.
money is a means of representation of value because the barter system eventually failed.
It did. And what it used to mean was money was made out of, like, a silver coin was silver.
Yes.
A certain percent silver. What?
I just wanted to say we were looking at it earlier. The American minimum wage is $7.
Wow. Good job, America.
on average, right across the states, because
The
like
federal minimum wage is
That's
$7.25.
fucking sad.
and
embarrassing.
and their
And they have
25% of the world.
their education is
Oh, the highest in the world to pay
so
for?
much more than ours.
I think it's the highest in the world. I could be mistaken, but
well, it's probably up there.
like, to go to get a college degree.
they have Harvard.
Oh, yeah, right.
You have to pay the most. Anyway, what the fuck was I saying?
Money representation.
Oh yeah, so your money represents how much resources you have or how valuable. Blah blah blah. Now it's just all bullshit. It's just fucking whatever it is. It's like
favorite
just,
slick
you know,
line.
It's just all
bullshit.
fucking bullshit.
It's all
right?
bullshit.
But so you are printed the money that your country is worth, and then it's given to the banks or whatever, the distribution services to distribute to its citizens and to the economy. So a business goes into a bank looking for a business loan to start a business.
Yep.
They eventually get it. They pay interest, right? They pay interest.
Mm-hmm.
That interest wasn't already given to them, so you're already giving the bank more money than they gave you,
Yep.
which was more money than they were given to give you. So now you are paying the bank money that doesn't even fucking exist.
Oh yeah. No, they're legally allowed to have like I think it's like 20 million less than they can give out,
yeah.
something like that.
So now that's not only applied to just the fucking banks. Now it's corporations doing it. Let's come and buy this $2,000 fucking TV, but here's a payment plan, Mickey. $20 a month, and it only has 16% interest. So now companies are ass pounding you on that too.
Oh yeah,
You
that's
know,
it.
everybody's fucking doing this interest shit, and it's literally just money in the air.
Well, but they
It's like, here, man, here's some money, Mickey. Here's $200. That's 800% interest though.
this
every day it
was
passes.
orchestrated. This didn't
Oh,
happen
I know.
by accident.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I'm more so mad that people just are like, yeah, cool. Like, there are so many fucking people. Like, majority of people are getting fucked by
Yes.
this.
Well, it's like that's when the
Let's just stop. Let's shut it down, bro. Let's economically fucking revolt.
the
Okay, so we are idiots in terms of
Yes.
this. Mickey knows a little bit about it on the legal side. You and I, we know our life experiences. and
Mitch
we've
Science, bitch.
Mitch Science. It's my favorite science. Mitch Economic Science. But most people haven't even done that because they're stuck in the system. And this is my point about money buying free time. That matters. And anyone who says that doesn't matter doesn't know anything about world history, because when we were hunter-gatherers, basically, I'm going to slightly oversimplify here, there wasn't agriculture.
Right.
There wasn't societies. There weren't cities. There weren't monuments, you know, as a rule. There are exceptions, of course.
Yes.
But the point is, when you are ground down, you don't get to build anything. And this applies on a broad societal spectrum.
Yeah.
And it applies personally. And that's the fucking point. So you don't even get to think about what the problem is because you're so stuck being a cog.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with being a cog, but you're a cog more than you're anything else. So you are defined by something that you probably don't like.
Yes.
And you're just fucked. It's
You're fucked because
That's a
now
really good
you
way of
are
putting it.
born into a society where you are forced to participate in that.
Mm-hmm.
You have to go and be someone's cog unless you were born well off. Like, I don't care. I know, I see it. Like, I know somebody like my age who works their fucking ass off and has shit and is doing well for themselves. But I also know someone a couple years younger than us who pretends to work their ass off, but I know that they were just handed shit because no one their fucking age can own what they own and be that successful by 26 years old.
I know somebody who had a couple mil waiting for him when he turned a certain age,
Yeah.
and then I found out that he bought a house. I thought it was given to him.
Yeah, it's
Does he golf?
He worked at a place that was a golf.
yeah, of
course.
course he did. See, it's these stereotypes. So this is the funny thing is people are like don't stereotype, but it's like bro, it's fucking true. Like
Oh, yeah.
you're trash.
Sure.
Like oh man, I
know.
can't even talk about it. But anyway.
This is my favorite slick.
This is the wage gap, and it makes me. I tried not to get mad all episode until the end there.
Well,
but
it's
like,
hard,
I'm trying
man.
to-
Like we're getting fucked left, right, and center.
Yeah,
and
you
we can
can't-
see it, and there's so little we can do.
there's no fucking air. There's no. You can't breathe.
So again, like you quit, they'll replace you.
You make one bad move, like one bad decision, like me, like going to school, and now I fucking got to pay thousands
Moron.
of dollars.
Don't go to
Fuck-
school.
Yeah,
No, I'm just kidding.
Like you're punished for, and there's no guidance. The entire system from bottom to top is fucking broken,
Yep.
and something's gonna end up happening. It has to. There has to be an economic collapse for this to reset. And
if-
I don't know.
if
That's
I'm-
getting way past my pay
well,
grade
if
because
I'm
I
not
make
mistaken-
$14 an hour.
Well, there will, and that's the point, man. So you look at the markers for the housing system, is they immediately started doing what they were doing before the 2008 collapse. Once everything was recovered and settled.
Yeah.
So it's going to happen again.
Oh, yeah.
There hasn't been this is something John Oliver mentioned on his episode on Wealth Gap a couple of years ago. And again, remember this has been getting worse every year.
Yep.
There hasn't been this kind of disparity since the 1920s.
Wow.
Let's think about where that went.
I'm gonna say depression there, Jim.
Also, World War II.
Oh yeah. also World
That's
War
another episode. But
So mass
but if
destruction.
I'm not mistaken, though, a big part of the Great Depression was a credit issue. People were doing credit like crazy, but not paying it off. So it was like all this money went out, but it never came back.
Right.
It's
So then
the same thing.
But so they create a system where we are now dependent on credit, and now they've also created a system where you can bet against it and make money when they fail.
You know what's really fucked
Yeah,
up too?
that's what the financial collapse 2008
And
was.
they-
Is you just defined it.
Yeah.
It's almost like a video game, okay? So the way I describe it, when I fucking bought my house, right?
Yeah.
Is it Contra? Because
First of all,
hard ass game.
It is hard.
It ain't hard. It's harder than Contra.
What? No, he's
Life.
obviously
It's called
lying. He's
life.
insane.
Well, no, it's harder for me because they don't give me a handicap selection.
We do that.
What?
Uh,
do you on Contra? Do you get like?
Yeah,
a
we get
hand-
extra
Yeah,
lives.
that's right, bitch.
It's fucking hard.
I know. Anyway, no, but the way I look at it, it's like, okay, you're young, you're going to school, blah blah blah. I did it the reverse. I didn't get married and have kids. I had kids and broke up, right? or I had a kid and then broke up. But so
Wait a
I
minute.
found out she was pregnant, and then immediately I'm like, okay, we got a place, right? So I buy a house, and I felt like proud of myself. Like I
Sure.
saved up a lot of money. I bought a house. I put some work into that house, and I felt proud.
Right.
And then I wanted to be more involved in it, and that's what they fucking. It's got to be a psychological thing that people do as well because it's set up. It's like I bought a house, but I didn't buy a house. I gave the bank a couple $1,000s, and they're like, "Yeah, here's this house that you can live in until
Yeah.
you own it in 25 fucking years."
Well, yeah, but if you don't pay your property tax, we'll also take your house.
Exactly. We'll take that fucking house right away from you, and we don't give no fucks because we're gonna sell it to another person at a higher price than we sold it to you,
Yep.
and make. So, man, even the housing market like that. So when you sell a house, you buy it, and the money goes back to the bank. The bank's always making money because even if you pay your house off fully, and when you sell it, you walk out with that check. That next guy that goes back in has to get a mortgage from a bank to pay for that house, and they're always making that money.
Yeah, man.
And the house is just recycled property value.
But it's important to note, though. It's important that we do that. We have to. Excuse me. We have to cycle the money.
No, yeah.
But the issue is, it's been cycled, and more of it just keeps getting
It's-
swirled away,
Yes.
and less of it keeps coming back to us.
It's basically the whole the right wing trickle down idea, like tax less, and then people will make more jobs. No. It's trickle up.
Yes.
And that's how it works.
That's pretty much it. But my point was, so even when you are a homeowner, you do not own the home. You own a percentage of your home. Is that a good accomplishment? Yeah. Like that's pretty good. In today's society, that's a good thing. That's the standard, you know? So you own a percentage of your home unless you were fortunate enough to be given a home or have the cash to just flat out buy it. But it's like a psychological game that they play on you, like checkpoints, like got a house, boom. Oh, my credit's good enough, got a car, boom.
Yep.
But you're just paying them because of the loop. They take advantage of the money loop by adding the interest.
Yeah.
That's the
and
whole
then they
thing,
also
right?
go, oh, hey, you want an increase on your credit card? Or
They
they'll just
pressure
do it,
you.
Or they will do it and they won't
It
tell
was
you.
like
They don't
that
have
fuck
to.
bag that I went and tried to buy that
Yeah,
truck.
the car from, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Oh, yeah.
You know why?
Cunts rule earning in all markets.
Cream!
Wu-Tang Clan.
I'll
You need to
educate
get
myself.
learned,
I will
Mickey.
educate myself tonight.
Good.
Myself.
All right.
Listen to 36 Chambers.
36 Chambers is the only hip-hop album you'll ever need.
Ever need.
Okay, I'll just put that in there right now.
Yeah.
He's going to go 36. What was that?
36 Chambers.
36 Teas and Biscuits?
He's probably going to listen to like 36 Chambers Revisited and not the actual.
fuck.
It's Enter the Wu-Tang. Okay?
Enter the
yeah.
Wu-Tang.
We could just link you.
Enter the Wu-Tang.
Oh my God, you're so white.
36 Chambers. There it is.
All right, fellas. How do we end this on not an apocalyptic note of doom?
Concentrate on yourself, on your skills, and honestly be happy with your life no matter what you do, but do what you need to do to get ahead. Play the game to beat the game, but don't become one of those fucking lost moral compasses like many people are.
Play the
once
game
you
to
get
win.
the money.
I like that.
I think the biggest takeaway from this would be just educate yourself. Understand what's going on around you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you actually have a reason to be mad and not just think that you're getting fucked over. Know what's happening. The information's out there. You can get it. It's
Yeah.
like we did it.
What
Not
I've
very
always
well.
said is that
Well.
once you see the strings, you can even if you're still attached to them, you can operate differently.
Yep.
Right, you
know
can
what I
move. Yeah. I like that. You
And,
can tweak it.
Yeah, and like Between the Buried and Me said, you can get out of this closed off circle. That's
Cool.
it.
That's good.
All right, cool. Final words?
Sick.
Cool.
Fuck you guys. Hey y'all, thanks for attending the shit show. We appreciate your time, your attention, and of course your guacamole recipes. We are active on Instagram, and you can also find us on Facebook and Twitter. Everything at Fresh Slick and Mick, all one word. That's Fresh Slick AND Mick. To listen to more explicit douchebaggery and brodification of your favorite high intellectual pursuits, we are on iTunes, Spotify, Podbean, and Google Play under Fresh Slick and Mick. Respect the Oxford comma. And for all inquiries, suggestions, features, and hate mail, we're at freshslickandmick@gmail.com. We have been and will continue to be Mitchy Slick, Pope Mickey the First, and I am Jay Fresh. This is Fresh Slick and Mick. Peace out, y'all.